right. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to today's live stream. I was about to start the live when I realized I didn't have water. So I had to run downstairs to grab myself 3 bottles of water and then the other one back there. Whew. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm like, all right, let's do this, right? I'm like, boom, 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 making sure everything's working. And then I'm like, oh, no water. All right. But I have my water now. So it's working. Everything's working. You guys can hear me okay. You guys can see me okay, right? Yes, 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 yes. And I also have my fan running, so it's a good day. It's a good day. Thank you guys so much for joining. We are going to continue watching what we were watching yesterday, which is Unmasking Nichol Kessinger Part 2. We were listening to her interview, right? One of the worst interviews that she's ever given. I mean, all of them are terrible, but this is definitely one of the worst ones. And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead and finish it. We're going to keep talking about the case and bringing up anything that we can add to our calendar. Again, anytime that we can add something to our calendar is a good day. How's everybody doing? Hello, hello. Everyone's joining in. Hey guys. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing okay. Is it hot, cold, wherever you are? Medium. Ah, man, it is so absolutely miserable here. I can't wait for the winter. I remember when I was wishing for summer, and as soon as it got here, I'm like, oh, nope. Be careful what you wish for. Yeah, and now I'm just so over it. I don't like the heat. All right, guys. Yes, let's go ahead and dive into this video. We're going to keep watching what we were watching yesterday. These are very, very good videos. Thank you guys so much for suggesting them. All right, let's go ahead and start.
At this point in the interview, there's a really strict.
Oh my God, what happened?
In those guys to that couple.
I guess it kind of restarted on its own. It's like, right. As soon as I saw Nichol Kessinger's face, my computer's like, oh, hell no, we're not doing this yet. Hold on. Give me some time to prepare. Yeah, my computer also has to prepare the same way that Nichol Kessinger prepped for the backdoor twister. So let's just give it some time. It needs time, it needs time to process what it's about to be showing us. All right, let's go ahead and watch this.
In 2015. Oh, Shanann and Chris
Thanks.
filed bankruptcy in 2015.
Okay, and you said for a lot of money. Do you recall the amount?
No, because it was different in each of the newspapers, and I don't know which one to believe, so.
No, because it was different on the newspapers, and I don't know which one to believe. Here she's talking about the newspapers again. Is she the only person? Is she the only millennial that reads the newspaper? She's talking about the newspaper constantly. No, because it wasn't on the front page of the newspaper. I mean, I really read the newspaper on Sundays. What? Okay, she's constantly bringing up the newspaper. Who has newspapers these days? All of the news I get on the phone, right? My phone, an iPad, I mean, TV. But she gets her news still from the newspaper. Do we believe her? Does Nichol Kessinger read the newspaper? Here, that's going to be the first question. Our first question of the day. Does Nichol really read the newspaper? I don't think so. That was the first thing that stood out to me when I was watching these videos, is that she says that she reads the newspaper. That's how I knew that she was lying. I knew nothing about the woman. Nothing. I knew about Chris Watts. I knew about the case and what he had done. And then I started watching her video and she said, I just read the newspaper. And I'm like, she's lying about something. She's definitely hiding that she's involved because she just says she reads the newspaper. That was the only giveaway I really needed to know that she was lying. Okay. Does NK read the newspaper? No. Yeah. Let's go ahead and see this. Yeah, I guess she reads the newspaper. You remember reading the newspaper with that silly putty? You remember the silly putty? You put it all over the newspaper and then you rip it up and it just like sticks, right? You see what the writing on the newspaper was on the silly putty. I used to love doing that. That's the only reason I had newspapers, and because I was doing some type of schoolwork. You remember when schools would ask you, "Oh, can you clip out one of those current events from the newspaper?" I'm like, "Ugh, really? Do I have to?" spending 25 cents for a newspaper just for homework. uh, okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and add these questions. Okay. And then the other answer will be, I guess, yes, she reads newspapers, I guess. She reads newspapers for fun. I mean, who does that? Okay, and then the last one is going to be the one that we always add, right? Some people just don't know what to answer, so I always just give everybody an option to choose from. All right, there we go. Does NK read the newspaper? Yes, with her daddy. No, she only reads the Dead Sea Scrolls. Oh, look, I forgot the S. No, she's lying, or no inclination. I remember using newspapers for the paper. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. You can use newspapers for so many things, but not for reading. I used to draw glasses and stuff on the people in the newspapers. Yeah. I used to do you guys remember all the little comic strips? God, I can't remember the name of that comic. But it was like a little tiger thing and a kid. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It was those that I like to read from the newspaper. A combo answer. Yeah, Shelly. Yeah, I think she read it online. Yeah, same. I think she's lying because she read it online. I don't think she read this from the newspaper. Okay. All right, guys. You continue voting. Let's go ahead and continue.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yes, Emily, you got it. Calvin and Hobbes. There we go. Yes. Calvin and Hobbes. You guys got it. Thank you guys so much. Yeah. That's the comic that I was thinking about. All right, let's continue.
At this point in the interview, there's a really strange exchange between Agent Kobach and her dad. So I'll play it for you.
Yes, I know why he lied to me. He lied to me because if I'd have known that he had a child on the way, I'd have never wasted my time with him in the first place. Like, none of this would ever even occur if he would have just told me the truth.
So do you think if he found out that you, if, let's say this week you guys were to go look at some apartments, and this is hypothetical, but you've never found out that his wife was pregnant, would that have changed anything? Like you just said, if I knew his wife was pregnant, I wouldn't be in this picture. So if his wife was not pregnant, and forgive me, but if he takes...
Yeah, very delicately. Very, very delicately. This is the thing with Kevin Kobach is that when he asked her this question, he put it in a very delicate way so that Nichol Kessinger wouldn't freak out, but more importantly, so that Daddy Dwayne wouldn't freak out. And he still did. He's still like, hold on, you're leading, Nick. Don't answer that question. You're leading. You cannot lead with whatever that is not even in your scope or whatever he starts saying, right? Like, what does he even know? I mean, he's not a detective. How does he know that it's not within scope unless she was given some type of deal before this, right? Unless she was given some type of immunity. I don't know. I can't see the poll. Really? There's 54 votes. Let's see. Can you guys see the poll? Is the poll gone? I don't know. Yeah, 39% say that she's lying, that she did not read the newspaper.
takes her out of the
Let's
picture,
continue.
you're never going to know that she was pregnant, right?
What do you mean takes her out of the picture? Like,
If he murdered her, she's out of the picture. You're never going to know if she was pregnant. If he can get away with murder, you're not going to... I got divorced from my wife. Do you understand what I'm saying here? If she's gone...
but this...
Don't lead,
hypothetically.
please.
Yeah,
Don't lead.
hypothetically. If she...
Okay.
You understand where I'm going? If
Right,
you
but
didn't know...
You're leading into
Right.
questions that are nothing with your...
If you didn't know, though...
You're leading with your questions that are nothing with your what?
Hey, Nick,
That she was there.
did you hear what I said?
I'm following you. I just want her to answer a question that relates to, she said something that's important, that if he didn't have a child on the way, or if she didn't know that, she would have continued the relationship, right?
But he killed his kids. At what point does he think that I'm going to be in a relationship?
I'm not talking about the children. I'm just talking specifically about her. If you only knew, if the kids were still here, and he called you and said, "I'm divorced."
Yeah, it makes you wonder what was said off record. Who is in charge here? Obviously, it's not Kevin. Look at how he's asking the question. He's so hesitant. He's like, hold on. Let me ask you this quick question. Please don't get mad. You promise you won't get mad? Okay, please. Just pinky promise? All right, cool. Okay, I'm going to ask you the question, but please don't get mad. You already promised? No, you already pinky promised? Okay. And he's about to cry. Just ask the question. You're the detective. You're the CBI. What is going on here? But no. So that's why it makes us wonder what was going on beforehand. What kind of little agreement did they come up with before? Because it seems like Daddy Dwayne knows that this question is not within the what? Within the purview? This question is not within the agreement that we made before we showed up in here. What does this mean? Why are these two civilians in charge of this law enforcement interview? That's the biggest question I have. Why are these civilians in charge of something that they have, no business being in charge of? She's the mistress. It's so crazy.
From my wife, and he gets away with this. Do you understand what I'm thinking from his aspect?
I still wouldn't do it. Because I'd be like, where did she go?
Where did she go? I still want to do it because, where is she? Is what she's saying. Oh, BS. Okay, so the question here is, do we think that Nichol Kessinger would have gone after Chris if she didn't know about the baby? Because, I kind of do wonder about this. She must have known, right? She had to have known that Shanann was pregnant, and she still went after him anyway. So it's not like she was lied to. If she was Googling Shanann in 2017, and then she Googled Chris, and then she Googled Shanann again, that means that she Googled Shanann first before she even Googled Chris. So we are also to assume that she was Googling Shanann while she was talking to Chris. And so that means that she always knew that baby Nico was on the way. But she still decided to enter this relationship knowing that Chris had a baby on the way. So she's lying, right? Do we agree? I mean, I'm wondering. Or is she really this oblivious? Did she really not know that Shanann was pregnant? And so that's why she got into this relationship with Chris thinking, oh, okay, he's going to leave his family. And then she found out that Shanann is pregnant. And then she's like, oh, holy shit, you better do something about it. Which one is it? Option one, option two? I don't know. I think she already knew. I mean, she's Googling Shanann, and she must have already known. There's just no way that she didn't know. Come on, really? Yeah, she knew and went after him anyway. Right, sweet Aaron. Yeah, she knew. There's no way she didn't. Right. Because, okay, here, let's go ahead and pull up the calendar. Calendar time. You see how we pull up the calendar as soon as something comes up. Okay, let's look at the timeline, right? Timeline. Okay, so look at this. The baby video was filmed in May. Okay, so this is 2018 though. So in September of the previous year, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to mess up the calendar, but you guys get the gist. In September of 2017, she Googled Shanann, right? Or 2017. Maybe I'm wrong about the exact month, but she Googled in 2017. So that means that if she Googled in 2017, she's also Googling in 2018, especially in 2018, because she's already talking to Chris. So Shanann filmed the video in May of the May 29th of 2018. So that means that she already saw this video. And then look at that. Look, she's already talking to Chris. The video, look, it all happened on a Tuesday. Look at how quickly this happened. Video, all hands email. Chris and Nicole start talking. AMC date. Holy shit. Look at this. Park date. It's every single Tuesday there was a major event happening in June between Chris Watts and Nichol Kessinger. So how is it that she sent out this all hands email and then doesn't know about the baby video? Here, let's go ahead and pull up the email. Oh my God. This is how I feel about this, you guys. Every time I see this, it makes me wonder what is going on here. Why all the lying? Okay, where are these emails? Oh, I lost them already. Of course I did. See, this is what happens when you have 10,000 tabs open. You're doing a lot of research and then you just can't find anything. Okay, here. I'll just go ahead and pull up somewhere else. You guys give me a second. Give me a second. Let me entertain. Man. Yeah, I always here, let's see, where is it? Oh my God, where is it? Deleted data. Where did I put these emails? Where did I put these emails? Where did I put these emails? I can't find them anymore. I can't find these freaking emails. What is going on? Where did they go? Okay, here they are. I found them. I just feel the pressure. Like, I just feel the pressure. Because, yeah, I'm just crazy, you guys. I'm just crazy. I think I had way too much coffee today. I just kind of been sitting here just sipping coffee, and then I realized, oh shit, the stream is about to, it's almost 12. And so then I just kind of threw everything out, and my brain is all discombobulated now. I'm all over the place. Anyway, okay, here it is. So we are looking at Tuesday, okay? Baby video, all hands email. What is the all hands email about though? Okay, so here, let's go ahead and read it. Let's go ahead and try and see what Nichol Kessinger was trying to do with this all hands email. Hello, gentlemen. Someone please show me attention. Which one of you potato heads is going to give me attention? And then obviously, right, she got the attention of the one that she wanted. It was the main potato head, which is Chris. And so here, she sent this email out. And then look at this. The one after that says, "Thank you for being honest with me." What were they talking about? What is she thanking Chris for being honest about? Right? Look at this. June 12th. She said, "Thank you for being honest with me." About what? What were they talking about? Was she asking him about the baby? Was she asking him about his marriage? Oh, are you actually going to get divorced, Christopher? Or what is it? Right? Because she's saying, "Thank you for being honest with me this morning." Truthfulness is so underrated in our culture, says the pathological liar. Says the individual that suffers from an ailment, PLS, pathological liar syndrome. Yeah, of course. Very rich coming from Nichol Kessinger, saying truthfulness is so underrated in our culture. Yeah, the biggest liar in American history. Like, really? Okay. And of course, yeah, look at her. Muchos saludables, right? Like, what the fuck? Really? Okay. She's even making herself all cultured and whatnot, right? Konnichiwa, right? Like, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? She just wants so much attention. She's so desperate. So thirsty. But anyway, what is the question here? What is she talking about? Why is she telling him, "Thank you for being honest"? It's the baby, ain't it? Or is it something else? Here, let's go ahead and ask the question, you guys. I'm going to leave it. Should I leave up? Here, we have 81 votes. We have 81 votes right now. Yeah, of course he wasn't being honest. Exactly. Tommy's girl. Right? I mean, we know that. These emails are so funny in retrospect, right? Now that we're reading them now, because it's so ironic. Chris is saying I'm a straightforward guy. It's the complete opposite. And then he says, "Oh, I believe in karma." And it's poetic justice almost. It's like, yeah, we also believe in karma, Chris. Karma. We believe in karma, and that's why you're in prison for the rest of your life. 5 consecutive life sentences. Oh my God, what am I saying? Uh, but yeah, what do we think? Here, let's go ahead and do the question. We have 83 votes. Okay, let's go ahead and end the previous poll. Does NK read the newspaper? No, she's lying, was 49%. Yes, with her daddy. 25%. No, she only reads the Dead Sea Scrolls. 21%. 21% of you think that she only reads Dead Sea Scrolls. I don't know why that makes me laugh so much. I don't know why I think that's so funny. And then only 5% say no inclination. All right. All right. Next question. God, I already forgot the question. Okay. Next question is here. What is the honesty about? Right? What is she asking Chris? Oh, thank you for being honest with me. What is she asking about? Okay, why is NK saying thanks for being honest with me? Thanks for being honest with me. Is she talking about the baby? Is it because we believe that she saw a photo of baby Nico and she asked him about it? Hey, is your wife pregnant? And he's like, oh no. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she is, but it's not my baby. It's not my baby. We're getting separated, so she already has another man. Do we think that? Is she? Yeah. So why is NK saying thanks for being honest with me? Oh my goodness, my gosh, my sinuses already. Okay, baby Nico, or what else? What else do we think? I think Nico baby was manifested. His marriage. And okay, so baby Nico. So okay. I'm going to go ahead and reword these. So baby Nico, but yes, Chris Watts told her. His marriage. Chris Watts told her about divorce. Okay, which doesn't even, oh my God. I really hate that it doesn't give me enough characters here. Okay, so Nico. But Chris Watts lied. Okay, and then the other one, marriage. And he told her the truth. Okay. Whew, okay. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, let's go ahead and start this poll. I will explain it to you all because I know it kind of looks a little weird. Okay. So the question is, why is Nichol Kessinger saying, thanks for being honest with me? Is it baby Nico? Chris Watts told her about the baby and told her about the truth about the baby. Is it his marriage? Chris Watts told her about the divorce. Is it Nico? But Chris Watts lied to her and told her that it's another man's baby. Or was it about the marriage again, but he actually told her the truth? I know, it kind of looks like a one of those confusing questions, right? Like a trick question in a test or something. So the marriage or baby Nico? What do we think it is? And the first one is, we're assuming that he told her the truth. Baby Nico, yeah, Chris Watts told her, hey, yeah, we are having a baby. Baby's on the way. He told her the truth. We're assuming that he told her the truth in the first option there. his marriage. Chris Watts told her about the divorce. That one is 42%. Oh, look at that, 32%. Marriage, he told her the truth. But not mentioning baby Nico? Okay, so we definitely don't think that he ever mentioned baby Nico to her then, right? I don't think he ever mentioned Nico. That's what I think. I don't think he ever mentioned Nico. I think that he told her about okay, this is what I believe. I think that when she says, "Thank you for being honest with me," I think that Chris Watts told her, "Yeah, I do have a family, but we're getting divorced. We're in a separation right now." And he never brought up baby Nico. And because he never brought up baby Nico, Nichol Kessinger knew already that Shanann was pregnant, but later on she finds out about it, and that's when she freaks out. What do we think? I mean, she already knew, right? She already knew about baby, but she then confronts Chris about it. And she's like, "Hold on. We already played Twister, so now I'm invested. Now you need to tell me the truth, Chris. Are you having a baby with Shanann or with that woman?" And I think that's when she freaked out. I can't vote. I don't think there was a real conversation before. Really? You don't think that there was a real conversation at all? So there was no real conversation. Is that what we believe? This is all BS. Thanks, Nikki. Have a great rest of your day. I don't know. These emails look like they actually had a conversation outside of work, like in person, right? And that's why she's emailing him about it and saying, "Oh, thank you," because she still doesn't have his phone number. She knew about Nico from stalking Shanann's Facebook. No, I think it was all fake to establish a different timeline. Oh. Oof. I mean, that's assuming that these people are geniuses, which they are not. Right? I mean, that's assuming that Nichol Kessinger is an actual genius. Do we think she's a genius? Do we really think that Nichol Kessinger had foresight in June? That she's like, "Oh, yeah, 2 months from now, we're going to get all caught up in a murder. So I think it's best for me to stage a bunch of fake emails to set up a fake timeline." I mean, damn, we're giving these people a lot of credit. I really think we're giving them way too much credit. I don't think they're that smart. I don't think they were that calculated. I don't think they were that prepared. Yeah. Yeah, just a master manipulator. Yeah, I really do think she's just a master manipulator. Oh, okay. Yeah, like Dr. Evil. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey, when we look at these emails, I don't know. I don't know. To me, it's very hard. It's really hard for me to imagine that at least Nicole, right? That Nicole was trying to set this up way ahead of time. It's very hard for me to believe that because, yeah, I mean, yeah, to do that, we would have to, again, believe that Nichol Kessinger knew that all these things would happen. And we know that she kept her text messages. She held on to all of the evidence up until the day before Chris got arrested. So, yeah, I don't know. To me, it just doesn't make sense that they would try and, stage it beforehand. But anyway, all right, guys, let's continue. Yeah, but this is where we come up with all these questions, right? This is where we look at the calendar and then we look at the emails and then we try to figure out what were they actually thinking? What were they doing? And part of what is really helpful making this documentary is that when I'm putting myself in their shoes and putting myself in that summer and trying to think the way they were thinking, it does kind of open your eyes to a lot of other possibilities. So I do like that you guys are throwing in a bunch of, other ideas out there because who knows, it's possible. What if I do go visit Anadarko and then I realize, oh, you know what? It probably was staged because of something else that pops up or something. Oh, right. Yeah, it's too much to type here, but these emails don't fit with her lying, saying that he said that he was getting divorced. Right. It only works if he was like, no, I'm married and having a baby, which is not what either of them say. Right. Yeah, yeah. No, I definitely get that. Yeah. I definitely see that, Emily. Yeah. Yes, 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 exactly. Okay. Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you guys for all your thoughts on this one because yeah, this is every time that we look at the emails, I always go back to it and I wonder what the hell were they talking about off the email. But anyway, all right, let's go ahead and continue.
Investigators ask her about where they went Saturday night, and she tells them how he got a babysitter and they went to the 2 different Lazy Dogs. She remembers exactly where they sat in the restaurant, but she does not remember what they talked about. She goes off on tangents about how Chris has lost a lot of weight and how healthy he eats and how healthy she eats and how she was able to lose weight quickly when she started eating clean, and they keep having to redirect her back to the topic at hand. He asks her if they talked about Shanann being out of town, and she says yes, briefly they did, and that she would be home late Sunday night. And this part caught me a little off guard, as it appears it did Agent Kobach as well. But he says, so you talked to Chris a couple hours Sunday night, and her response is, did I? And he says, he kind of laughs in kind of disbelief, it sounds like to me, that's my interpretation. And she's like, well, are you telling me or are you asking me? She's almost acting cute here. I don't understand this woman's demeanor at all.
Right. Yeah, that's the part where she's like, did I really? I don't know. Are you telling me or are you asking me? That is when Kevin Kobach tells her, yeah, so you guys talked on the phone that night, right? And she's like, I don't know. Did I? Yeah, you did. But she's pretending to be dumb, right? She's definitely weaponizing her incompetence here. Oh my goodness, what happened? Look at this. Holy moly, what is happening here? Things just disappeared. Oh wow. What the fuck? Okay. Oh my gosh, is it Nichol Kessinger again? Oh no, we cracked it. We cracked it, guys. Nicole doesn't want us to see her phone logs. Oh my god, now I have to find them again. All right, guys, give me a second. All right, here they are. Yeah, so here she's pretending to be cute. Yeah, I know, exactly, right? NK's deleting them. NK alerted. Oh man. Right. So here she's pretending to be cute. She's like, "Oh my god, did I?" Like, "Okay, really, lady? You definitely talked to him. Why are you pretending to be dumb about it?" Yeah. This is the thing with Nicole is that she always pretends that she doesn't know how to do things, right? I don't know how to set up my Wi-Fi. How do you turn on your phone? What does this button do? And here she's doing the same thing. All right, let's go ahead and continue listening.
There's no question who's trying to be alpha in this interview, and it's completely ridiculous. He asks her if the girls have any allergies, and she starts talking about Cece's nut allergy, and then goes right from there into her interpretation of the fight that broke out in North Carolina over the nuts. She then mentions that she was talking to Chris about the fact that he hadn't talked to his family and about the fight, and then starts talking to Agent Kobach about the importance of family. During the last 20 to 30 minutes of this interview, she starts getting really tired and she's getting sloppy and she's contradicting herself all over the place. For example, she now tells investigators that she was out of town the last few days of June and the first couple of days of July. When this entire time, she's maintained that this is when they first got together outside of work and began an intimate relationship. She also mentions a text that investigators will see when Chris was in North Carolina, telling Chris not to tell her he loves her if he's going to lay down next to a quote-unquote other woman, after insisting she had told him to go work on his relationship. At this point, NK gets emotional for the first time about what's happened with the girls, and I know we have our own take on this, so I'll just play it for you so you can form your own opinions.
He long term, it's like, you know, I'm going to wake up every day.
Yep. Form your own opinions, guys. Form your own opinions. This is how I formed my opinion of Nichol, is her and her really terrible acting. Let's go ahead and just listen to it. We've already seen it. Let's go ahead and listen to how sloppy her acting is.
And know that, like, this mom and her unborn child and these 2 little girls are not around anymore, and it breaks my heart. It is, oh my God. And then I have to think about, like, the consequences of his actions and how they affect everybody else. Like, all of these, her family's impacted. My name is about to be, like, slandered for probably a while. I don't know how long it's going to take to heal, but I would not be surprised if it's going to be hard to go out in public sometimes for a couple of years. And that really hurts me. I'm just like, this is a horrible, horrible thing. Like, how dare you, you know? And people aren't going to understand that. You know, they're going to say, oh, you know, you're the woman that had an affair with this man who took out his whole family. And I take a step back, and it's just like, I didn't know. Like, he's so disgusting. I'm so ashamed of him and everything, and I just, oh, those little girls, they're so little. They're so little.
We talked a little bit earlier about getting some help for these things, and we can provide that.
Okay.
At really no cost.
So we're working. We just want to make sure there's resolution. That's why we come to you guys to pound it down until there's
I'm
nothing left.
sorry that you're talking.
Pound it down until there's nothing left, says Dwayne. I just want to pound it down. Let's just go ahead and pound it down till there's nothing left. My daughter is crying. Oh my God. And here's Nichol. Am I convincing enough, Daddy? Yeah. Please, please. All of that fake crying. Come on. It is so absolutely fake. This is how I formed my opinion of her. I looked at that little scene, right? Let's just go ahead and call it a little scene or a performance. And I said, this lady's lying. Why is she acting? There's no need to act. If she really didn't feel sorry for these girls, why act? Just say, oh, I really didn't really care about them. I had nothing to do with this, though. But here, you can have my phone. Look at all of the evidence. I didn't delete any of it. I really didn't care about this family, though. Let me just be completely honest. I didn't really give a shit. That's all she could have said. If she really wasn't involved, and she didn't really have to pretend to care about Shanann and the girls if she didn't really care about them. But, you know, she could also just have no emotions for people that she doesn't care or know. But that's all she could have done is said, hey, I really don't care about these people. You know, I mean, it's sad that they got killed, but, it has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to cry about them. If anything, it just made it worse. It made it worse that she went, they were so little. They were this big. Oh, my God. And then I'm never going to be able to go out. My name is going to get slandered for who knows how long, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe longer. I may never even go out into public. Oh, it's a horrible, horrible thing. And those girls. So fake, so fake. Notice that she was actually really crying about herself. She's like, oh my God, my name is going to get slandered. And then realizes, oh, I'm definitely putting way too much emphasis on me right now. Let me just bring up the girls. And those girls, right? The girls were an afterthought in her little performance. They were an afterthought. She decided, oh shit, I should probably talk about them, huh? Kind of in the same way that Mackenzie Sharilla's mom, I don't know if you watched that, but when Mackenzie Sharilla's mom is in front of the judge and she's talking about Mackenzie and like, oh my God, my daughter, you don't know how much she's suffered. She's been crying. The judge is like, I'm hearing a lot about your daughter, but nothing about the victims. And she's like, oh, that's right, huh? The victims. Yeah, that's what Nichol Kessinger is doing here. She didn't even remember that the victims existed. It's only when she realized, oh shit, I'm talking about myself way too much, huh? Yeah, interesting. Anyway, let's continue.
Again today, I really am. I don't want to put you through any more trauma than you've already been through. There is reasons for everything that we're doing today and what occurred. And I'm sorry. I genuinely am sorry. These are not things that we like to do twice. It's the same thing with other types of victims from other crimes. We want to do it once and we want to be done. Unfortunately, we didn't know yesterday what we know today, and that's why we're here, because we need this video. And I am sorry, because I know it's hard to talk about it.
Oh, please.
But it's so sad, and she's pregnant.
And, you know, on our end, we didn't...
And they're so cute. They're so little. Like, why? Why? How? I don't even understand how you could, like, bring yourself to do that to somebody who's, like, that big.
Right, that part too. She's like, wow. Why, how? They're like this big. How does she know how tall they are? She's like, they're like this big. Why? What is the need, right? What is the need to say that? Why does she feel the need to say they were like this big? That's weird, isn't it? To me, I don't know. That tells me something. It tells me that she was overreacting, right? Or she knows that she's cringy. She knows that her acting is terrible. So I think it's her subconscious mind adding to the performance. She's like, oh shit, I look so stupid. Let me just do this too now. Oh my God, that was stupid too. That was dumb too. Right? So it's almost like she's trying to backtrack and she makes it worse every time. It's very similar to Chris. When he knows he sounds stupid talking about the Facebook machine, and so he knows that what he said is so absolutely ridiculous and stupid, so he gets red in the face and he's like, why did I just said it's so stupid? And then he finds any other little thing or excuse to get out of the stupid thing he just said. And it just so happens that at that moment, the police officer asked him, hey, Chris, and he's like, yeah. Let's forget about everything stupid that I just said about the Facebook machine. Very similar to what Nichol Kessinger is doing here. She's like, oh, that was too much. Yeah, that was way too much too. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the meat of this whole situation, is what she says then later. It's rehearsed. It's fake. Exactly. I agree with you, Benjamin. It's so rehearsed and so fake. It's just so terrible. And she is pregnant. Let's continue. See a deadline. Amber Turd. Amber Turd 2.0. Oh, right. This is the part where she goes, oh, Jesus. I remember this video. I remember like it was just yesterday. What is this, like video number 3 or 4 that I made? Yeah, it's because she goes, oh, Jesus. But it's all fake. It's fake. It's so fake. She's like, what?
Take a minute. Do you want to step out for a minute?
No, I just need to chill with my eyes closed for a sec.
Right, this is the part where she goes, no, I'm just gonna sit here with my eyes closed for a sec. She sits there just pretending that she's crying. Kevin asked her, are you sure you don't want to go outside? No. I'm just going to sit here with my eyes closed for a second. As if she's more convincing because she's closing her eyes for a second. Come on. And she goes, let's go ahead and get into the meat of this whole situation.
I still cannot believe this is happening.
What?
All right, let's keep going because we're just getting to like the meat of this whole situation.
Let's get to the phone call on Saturday from 9 to 11.
Agent Kobeck again tries to.
See, if you guys don't believe me that I dream this shit, I do. I do. Oh my God. I dream this. I know this by heart already. I can see the acting. I can see the. I know what's coming next. I watch her over and over and over and over and over again. Oh, man. Hey, at least you guys only get to watch it a few times. I mean, if you want to watch it more times, go ahead. But yeah, I just have to constantly listen to it and then edit it and then come back and watch it and then re-edit. It's just, my goodness. Yeah, right? She's definitely acting.
Talked to her about what was discussed during the 111-minute phone call on Sunday night, August 12th. He's giving her prompts that lead us to believe that he kind of has the same thought process we do. It's kind of a big deal. Shanann's getting back. She's going to be back full time. Everything is going to change. It's hard to believe they didn't discuss that at all, but she sticks to the fact she just can't remember. She tells him that she doesn't think it's anything of relevance and that what she does remember is that she thought it was odd. He was up watching TV and she could hear it in the background, and that normally when they talk at night, they're both laying in bed and they're falling asleep, and she could hear him around, and she wondered to herself if he was waiting up for Shanann. He finally gets it out of her that during that phone call, they did discuss Chris going straight out to the field before work in the morning.
Jay writing, let's get to the chicken and carrots of this whole investigation. Remember, Nicole also says the cheese slid off his cracker, right? She also says things like standard operating procedures, the PEMDAS, right? Order of operations. All the words that she uses are just not something that I would think of would be in natural conversation unless she kind of rehearsed it or she doesn't really know what to say. So she's using a lot of analogies and, just little different sayings here and there. Oh, the cheese slid off his cracker. Okay, I guess we're just supposed to believe it because she said something so dumb. I just don't get it with this lady. I really don't. I don't know. Oh, goodness. See, this is why she was so worried about all of this coming to light because she knew that everyone was going to watch it and we were all going to come up with our own opinions about her.
She vaguely mentions that he said he had to go check out a valve or something where they thought they had a release. She told investigators that it's not uncommon for the operators to go straight out to the sites and not into the office in the morning. Completely contradictory to that, however, coworker Anthony Brown says in his interview that it is extremely unusual. He asks her what she did on Sunday, and she says that she can't remember. Her brain is a, quote, mashed potato, and she just can't remember. Her dad interjects and...
Oh, my God. Oh, shit. Her brain is a mashed potato. Oh, my God. You guys, it's all coming back. It's all of the pieces are coming together, are they not? We're putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. Here, she even admitted my brain is also a mashed potato, just like Chris's. Oh, wow. Wow. Gerald's 2 cents. Thank you. Thank you so much. And the nominees for Fake Cries are Amber Turd, Gypsy Rose, Meghan Markle, and now Nichol Kessinger. Who is the winner? Sponsored by my dog stepped on a bee. Thank you so much. Gerald's 2 cents. Thank you. I appreciate the super chat. Super chat? Super chat. I guess I'm just thinking about all the times that Nichol Kessinger shat herself. Oh, man. Oh, goodness. Yeah, this woman shat herself constantly. She was constantly asking, "Where's the bathroom? Excuse me, sir. Where's the ladies' room?" Let's continue.
And asks when Jim came into town, and she says Monday. She finally kind of sits there and just says she can't remember, and then asks the agent if she can just get back to him on that. Her dad interjects and says that they all went to the museum on Sunday after they went to brunch, and then she mentioned...
Oh, yeah, definitely, Shelly. Yeah, she definitely super shatted. Yeah, she's super shat all over that interview room. Oh my. Yeah, that's why the bikini is brown. It's got to blend in, guys. It's got to blend in. She didn't bring her Depends that day. So she's got to blend. Oh my goodness. Oh man, he did. Chris shat in the shit flower seeds. Please. You guys, please do not eat any of the sunflowers out at Survey. Don't. You definitely don't want to use, you don't want to know the type of manure that they use for those. Let's continue.
That she skipped brunch to go to the gym because it's core day. She then tells investigators that she knows there's things that she needs to tell them, and they will get to them as the days progress, but she's really tired at this point. Then her dad asks her, "What about that 9 o'clock thing you were telling me on Monday?" And NK says, "Oh, that thing he was telling me? Oh yeah, we'll get there, we're still on Sunday." Yet they never get back to it. She tells investigators that she talked to Chris Monday morning, but then she kind of rambles on and becomes more vague and says she doesn't remember the exact context. She does mention that she showed another agent her time card for that day. At this point, she tells them for the first time about Jim. She says that she clocked out at 3 o'clock that afternoon, and then when she got home around 3:45 p.m., that Jim was already there because he has a key and is one of her best friends for years.
Yeah, he had a key. Yeah, look at this. This is like 3:45. Yeah, she's claiming that she clocked out of work at around 3 p.m. Let's go ahead and just look at her phone logs. See if any of this makes sense, which it does, right? So she's claiming she got off work at around 3 p.m., right? And so it would make sense because look, she's in Platteville. She's taking a call from Platteville, which is where Anadarko was. And then look at this. At 3:32, she's in Brighton. Right? She's in Brighton. So she's driving through her normal route. Let's go ahead and pull up her route if I have it here. She's going to pull up her route. So it looks like she was calling him on the drive there, telling him, "Hey, I'm on my way. Okay, make sure you don't talk to police," or whatever she's trying to tell him. All right, let's go ahead and pull up her route. All right, look at this. Okay, so this does make sense. Look at this. She's in Platteville. Okay, Platteville at 2:28. She's in Platteville at 2:35. And then she's in Brighton at 3:32. So if we look at this, look at that. So she's Platteville, she's driving. She passed through Fort Lupton. She went through Wattenberg. Is that how you say it? And then Brighton. So when she's calling Jim in Brighton, we can see here that she's almost home. Right. And it does take her, look at this, 39 minutes. She said it takes her about 45 minutes for her to get home. So if she got off work at 3, that means that it does track. So she did get home around 3:45. And look at this. It's Brighton, so it would make sense. She's calling him in Brighton. She's in Brighton. And look at this. 4:48, she's in Thornton. It makes sense. She's already home. When she's home, it pulls up Thornton. Right. And if we look at her phone logs any other time, it does also make sense. Look at this. Platteville, Brighton. Right. She's driving her route. Look at this. For example, look at this one. Platteville, Thornton. Platteville, Broomfield, Fort Lupton, Thornton. Right. So it kind of tells you here where she's going. Right. Fort Lupton is on the way to her house as well, or her apartment. And so when you look at her phone logs and you track all of the origination, you can kind of tell that she would take the same route every single day to work. So the question then becomes, why is she pinging in Frederick? There's no Frederick on her route. Not at all. Frederick is way over here. She would have to take the 25 and then go through the 52, right? This little route here, Route 52, and then drive through Frederick for her to actually ping in Frederick. But she's not in Frederick. She's driving to work. So why is she pinging here? And so that's the biggest question that we should ask ourselves is every time that she's pinging in Frederick, it's not some type of coincidence and it's not an excuse that I've seen a lot of people say, oh, well, it's probably a discrepancy. It's probably that the tower grew legs and it started walking towards work. No, that's ridiculous. I've seen other things where, oh, it's probably that she just took a detour. Huh? How is she going to take a detour? That makes no sense. At 6:16 in the morning, she's going to take a detour through Frederick to get to work? No. No. The only times that Nichol Kessinger pinged in Frederick is when she was physically in Frederick, and she pinged 4 times. Otherwise, she was not pinging. So her consistent route was the route that we were seeing, and her logs prove that, or I shouldn't say prove. Her logs suggest that that is actually what's going on. So those same logs that suggest that she's taking that route also suggest that she was there the morning of because she's in Frederick. So these are the things that we're looking at when we are trying to decide whether or not Nichol Kessinger was somewhere or whether she's lying. So for this case, I think it's true. I think it's definitely true. She clocked out at 3 p.m. because it's showing her route going home. And then look at this. She's already home. She was home the rest of the day. She didn't leave. She stayed in Thornton the whole entire day. All right, guys, let's continue.
She says that around the time she got home at 3:45, Chris texted her that his family was gone or something to that extent or not home, and that she continued to talk to and entertain Jim while kind of casually texting Chris. You can see here in the transcription of the interview, she tells investigators that Chris actually texts her 3 different times asking her to call him, but that she was kind of alerted but not really and keeps entertaining Jim. She says that she waited about 15 to 20 minutes and then stepped outside to call Chris. But if you look at the phone records, she made 2 attempts to call him at 5:01 and 5:02, so it was more like she waited an hour and 15 minutes to call Chris. She says that after he didn't answer, that she can't remember if they talked on the phone or if it was through text, but they were going back and forth and he told her that the cops were there and that her friend Nikki had called the cops. She says that because Jim was there, she was just basically looking down every once in a while at her phone. I find it hard to believe that after Chris tells her the cops are there, that she's nonchalantly glancing at her phone every once in a while.
Right.
This is also where she makes the statement, "Why would this girl call the cops?" referring to Nicole Atkinson. So interestingly, there's a 5:30 p.m. call where Chris tries to call NK and she doesn't answer. It's not on this original bill, but it is in discovery as a deleted call.
Yep, right here. It is right here as the deleted call. Look at this. On August 13th at 5:30 p.m., Chris Watts calls Nicole, but she doesn't answer. That is what we have in our calendar. Here, where is it? I already lost it. Oh my God. It's just, my screen is so full of just so many different things. Oh man. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, there it is. Found it. So look at this. August 13th, 5:30. Let's go ahead and pull up August 13th, 5:30. Let's go ahead and look at 5:30. Let's do the present screen so you guys can see it bigger. Here it is. Okay, look. And this is after the Chris Getman call, right? Do you guys remember the Chris Getman call? Here, let's go ahead and do the day so you guys can remember. Remember who you are. Man, my ADHD today. It's just, I have a flare up. I have an ADHD flare up today. Okay, let's see this part. Where is it? Okay, it's right here. So NK calls Jim, right? And then she's going home. Look at this. She arrives home at 3:45, and then Chris Getman calls Nichol Kessinger, and then look at that. Right after Chris Getman called to Nichol Kessinger, 4 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes. Let's remember Chris Getman is the individual who also worked in the oil field. He has some type of knowledge of the oil field. He's calling Nichol Kessinger on this day. And then immediately after, look at that. Let's look at the time, 4:48. And then she calls Chris at 5:01. So almost, what, like 12 minutes later? 12, 13 minutes later, she calls Chris. She calls him twice and he doesn't answer because, as we know, he's with the police at this time, right? He's with the cops, so that's why he didn't answer. But why is she so desperate? Why is she calling him twice? She called him and she's like, okay, he didn't answer. Let me call him again. Call him again. He didn't answer. And then look at this. Chris Watts calls Nichol Kessinger, also unanswered, deleted. Why? Why is this happening? Really interesting, right? This is what we're looking at when we're looking at Nichol Kessinger's involvement. What are these calls? What is the need for her to call him right away? She definitely wants to get a hold of him very quickly. She's calling him twice, and then he calls her and then deletes the call. What are they trying to hide here? What do we think? Oh man, we have so many questions. So many questions. Exactly. Yeah, NK was too busy cleaning up the crime. She didn't punch into work until late afternoon. Yeah. And then cries that she was let go. Right. I was let go? What? But I was only late like 18 times. The last time I was late, I was only late like 5 hours. It's not fair. Yeah, she's crying that she got let go. Let's continue.
And according to cell phone records, they don't speak on the phone until 9:48 p.m. that night. So without all of her deleted texts, it's really hard to tell what she's saying here is accurate and what isn't. But again, it doesn't really make sense with such a serious situation going on that she would wait that long to get a hold of him just because Jim was over. The interview pretty much cut.
Yeah, look at this. He's probably has no idea. He doesn't know who Chris is. Like I do not know. Yes. He does not need to be dragged into this. What do you mean? Why would Jim be dragged into something? If he's an alibi, he's not going to be dragged into anything. He's just an alibi. The only question that was going to be asked is, hey, Jim, did Nichol Kessinger really arrive at the house at 3:45? Or, hey, Jim, so how do you know Nicole? Like, what's going on? Have you ever met Chris? Right? Those are all the questions that were going to be asked. But she didn't want that. She's like, no, don't drag him into this. What do you mean? He's just an alibi. What do you mean, don't drag him into this? Oh, look at this.
That's off right here. The only other thing that's talked about is Jim. They're asking her for Jim's information, and she
coming to your apartment and doesn't know anything about. Does he know anything about Chris? No. Okay. Nothing. Absolutely nothing is what she says. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't know. That sounds a little suspicious to me. The fact that she's saying absolutely nothing and then says, yeah, we've known Jim for. We know this part, right? Because now she's deflecting.
She gets very upset and actually says to them, leave Jim alone.
Right? This is deflection here. Jim was brought up and she does not want Jim questioned. So now she's saying nothing, absolutely nothing. Yeah, we've known Jim for, my dad knows him. Oh, he's known him for years. Yeah, he's like my best friend. Don't you know him, Daddy? Yeah, he's such a good guy. Oh, he's just such a good friend of mine. We've known him for years. I don't want him dragged into this. Why is she deflecting? Who cares how long she's known him for? He's still an alibi. He should still get questioned. Who cares? Except he didn't get questioned. Look at this.
Alone, just leave Jim alone. And they keep asking her for his information, and she keeps declining to give it to them.
Look at this. You're not dating him or anything like that? No, says Nicole. He's just a friend.
Also tells them that Jim knows nothing about what happened and nothing about Chris.
Yeah, there it is. That's the part I wanted to show you all.
He also tells them that Jim knows nothing about what happened and nothing about Chris.
Right here. He's like, one of my very good friends. Like, my dad knows him. He's a great guy. He works out of state a lot. So when he's in town, we hang out. But when he's in town and he's off work to save time, okay, this is the part where she says, oh, I just give him my key to save time. To save time, she says. To save time? What time does she need to save?
So that's it for NK's interview on August 16th. The next interview is a phone interview on August 17th.
What? Wow. Yeah, what do we think about this? Here, let's go ahead. I want to talk about the here, is it this part? Yeah, right here. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about the time that she's saying that she's leaving and then she's showing up at her house. Okay, so let's look at the calendar of the 13th because I think this is the most telling part of all of her lies. Okay, so that was true. She did leave home, or she left work at 3 p.m. She got home at 3:45. We have that in the calendar. Okay, so this is the hard part. So if she is pinging here, why is she pinging? Did she get there before or after? Why is she pinging? Is she calling Jim to get picked up? Or is she calling Jim because she just got dropped off? Why is she calling Jim? I think this is the part that I don't have an answer for. And even when I try to, come up with different scenarios, I still can't see it. Unless she was there the night prior and she spent the night. What do we think? Here, this is going to be a question. What do you guys think about this? Did she spend the night? Do we think that she went over on Sunday night, spent the night, and she was already there that morning, ready to go? And then she called Jim at 6:16 and told him, "Hey, I need to get picked up. Yeah, Chris already went to work. He left me here by myself. I just, can you pick me up? I need to get to work." And Jim doesn't know, right? Jim has no clue. He's just like, "Oh, okay. Nikki is with this guy she just met, that potato-headed looking guy that I've met like a few times. And, we played Twister together. I don't know. He kind of smells weird. I don't ever want to see him again." Right. But he's saying things like, "Yeah, I'm going to go pick her up from Potato Head's house." And he has no idea what's going on. Do we think that's what happened? I know a lot of people think that he was in on it. I don't really see any benefit from Jim being in on it. What was he going to get out of it? Backdoor Twister? I mean, he can get that for free, apparently, right? Nichol Kessinger is offering her services pro bono. So he doesn't really have to do much. She's already offering her charity work. Oh, I love to do charity. I love charity work. They call me Mother Nicole. Is that what it is, right? I don't think he had to really do that much work. So I do wonder. Here, let's go ahead and ask the question. Okay, the cops were called and she was in the basement shatting herself. Okay, so we think she was in the basement? Okay, right. A lot of people think she's in the basement. Okay, let's go ahead and ask this question. Okay, so what do we think about the 6:16 ping? Okay. I'm going to try to do this in the best way I can with only 35 characters that it gives me. Okay, so spent night, day prior, hidden basement. Oh my goodness, it doesn't let me. Okay. So she spent she spent the night prior, and then she hid in the basement the whole time. Is that what we think? Or she arrived at 6:16. That would be weird, though. Why would she arrive at 6:16? Why would she be calling Jim at 6:16? Hey, hell, I'm here. Thank you for dropping me off. Like, I don't know. What do we think? She called him at 6:16 for pickup. Beelined to the basement. Chris wants to check for pooped out Nicole. Sticky Nicole. Okay, she spent the night the day prior and hid in the basement. She called him at 6:16 for pickup. What else do we think? Would have had to sneak in the girls before they went to bed. Right. Chris had rubber sheets in the basement. Yeah, exactly. If you're innocent, you would want them talking to your BFFs to vouch for you. Right. Okay, and then this one. Okay. Okay, we'll just start with 3 for now. This is kind of a harder one to ask because, like I said, there's a little bit of characters. All right. Okay, so what do we think? Oh my God, look at how badly. What do think about the 616 p.m. Oh man. All right. Well, you guys get it. You guys get the gist. All right. So she spent the night before, hid in the basement. She called him for pickup. No inclination. She hid the night prior, hid in the basement. So we do think then that she was hiding in the basement and called him for pickup. Yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry. And I put PM. Oh, my goodness. Yes. All right. Ignore all the typos, guys. Ignore all the typos. Yes, I meant the AM. Both. Damn, I should have put A and B, huh? Both A and B. I think she couldn't stand that they were back. A 111-minute phone call was her freaking out for him to do something. He kills him. Chris said, come over, and told him she would fix it. Huh. Okay. All right. Here, let's go ahead and look at... What are we looking at? All right, let's look at the phone log. So we're talking about the 111-minute phone call. Okay. 111-minute phone call. She's in Thornton, so she's home. Okay, she's home. But then she's in Frederick. Home and then Frederick. How did she get to Frederick? Did she drive there? Did she get picked up? She was in Thornton when the call happened. Maybe she drove by and was watching if Chris Watts is with Shanann. Why would she call Jim? So she's driving by. Okay, let's go ahead and play that scenario. Nichol is driving by. She probably, I don't know, she's probably trying to see if there's some movement in the house or something. She's driving by. She's like, okay, I don't know what's going on. She calls Jim for what? For a minute, right? It's for 1 minute. But why does she call Jim? Why is she calling him? Oh my God, Jim, he's leaving me for his wife. Is that why? Do we think she's stalking him? Why is she calling Jim? Dropped off, turned her phone off till morning. Okay. She was dropped off. The call started in Thornton. That doesn't mean that she stayed in Thornton. Good point. Good point. Hold on. That's actually something I want to test. I'm going to test. Yeah, that's actually something I want to test. I do want to see if... Okay, so the phone log will show you where it originated from, but the actual, like the Verizon, what Verizon would essentially, be sending to the police, they show every single time that you're pinging to the next tower. And so that is something I want to test. I do want to start a call from somewhere and then drive someplace else and then see if it actually pings on the way over. But my phone log will still show, oh, it originated in Thornton. But I wonder if the additional, the full file, I wonder if the full file will show every single time that you ping when you're driving. So that's something I'm going to test that. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Boops. Because I have thought about that. I'm like, okay, if it originated, it means that she can still be calling, right? Okay, here, let's go ahead and see this. Hold on. Okay. There are some calls here that kind of look, okay, look at this one. Bailey. So she's in Thornton, North Glen. 4:15. 4:18, she's in North Glen. 4:21, she's in North Glen. 4:27. Okay, but see what this is doing? So the call has to end, and then the next call that starts shows where it's originating from. Right? So look, 2 minutes. 7:02, she's in Fort Lupton, 1 minute. 10:03 a.m., Platteville. So then another call starts, right? And then another call starts. But I do wonder if we can test Platteville and then driving if it pings other places. You guys get what I'm saying? Yeah, they did, Eric. Didn't one of the neighbors say that they saw someone sitting in the gray pickup truck? Yes, yeah. That was Betty. Betty saw that gray pickup truck. Yeah, she saw the gray pickup truck and she was like, that is not his truck. So, hold on. Did Jim drop her off then? Was Jim waiting in the truck? Jim dropped her off in Nichol Kessinger's dad's car, so Dwayne's truck? Is that what we think? See ya, Gerald's 2 cents. Have a great night. The neighbor saw that the gray truck across the street in the morning. I think she was there. Later, Betty's neighbor said that it was gone in the afternoon. I think she drove after the 111-minute phone call. The neighbor said the unusual truck was there all day. Jim picked her up, drove her to work, then home. So she drove herself in Dwayne's truck, parked the truck, didn't want to drive the truck back home or back to her work. So she called Jim to pick her up and then left the truck behind? Is that what we're saying? Jim's truck, maybe? The neighbors with the kids saw someone throw out a bottle or something. The other neighbor saw a truck that had something in the back to pick up beer cans. Okay, I feel Shanann was removed out of the back around 6 a.m. Okay, NK and Jim helped Chris Watts. Around 6 a.m., she was removed out the back. I feel Shanann was removed out the back at 6 a.m. Well, she couldn't have been removed out the back at 6 a.m. because Chris had already taken off before 6 a.m. Right? Remember, we have, okay, so here, let's go ahead and look at the calendar. So Chris had already taken off with Shanann's body by 6 a.m. So it's right here. Chris leaves house at 5:48. So he's already gone. So Shanann could not have been taken out from the back at 6 a.m. At 6:16, she's pinging Frederick. So it means she's there, right? She's either already home or she's just getting there, which it doesn't really make sense that she's just getting there. Chris Watts arrives at 6:43. This is the part. It's pretty confusing, right? I don't know. The thing that makes the most sense to me is that Nichol Kessinger had to already have been there. She had to have already been there for her to be pinging at 6:16 in the morning. Right? Yeah, the problem is I never see him drag a body to his truck. Right. But we see him kind of carry something. Should we watch the video again? I know we have so many questions. Here, let's watch the video again. Brandy, thank you so much. Thank you. I finally had the time off for a couple of days to finally join the Rocks fam. Aw, thank you. Welcome. Keep investing in this case. It still bothers us dearly. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for joining today's live stream. Okay, right. Okay, let's go ahead and watch. I do see him carrying her. Okay, let's go ahead and watch the video. Oh man, you guys. See, this is what I do all day. When I'm just sitting here, if I'm not on Discord, trying to, just exchange ideas and theories, I'm doing this by myself and I'm going back and forth and I'm like, wait, this doesn't make sense. What about this? Yeah. So it's just so much better to do it with you guys because I see what you guys are thinking. All right, let's go ahead and watch the other video. Yeah, we can see him walking backwards, but sometimes I don't know if I'm seeing edited video or original. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to find, let's see, I'm going to find the original unedited version. Is this it? Okay, this is at 2:13. No, this is not it. All right, guys, let me just go ahead and pull up the other video. Yeah, I think we should definitely watch it and see if we can see. I know last time we were trying to figure out whether or not it was Nichol Kessinger and her ponytail, which a lot of people do. The thing is, a lot of people still see Nichol Kessinger in a ponytail. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. I see nothing but a cloud. I see a cloud. Like, what happened? Yeah, I don't see a cloud. I don't see anything. But some people are seeing Nichol Kessinger's the sunglasses that she's wearing on her head and her ponytail. I don't see it. Yeah, and I want to see it. This is the thing. I do want to see it, but I don't see Nicole. All right, let's go ahead and pull up the video. Where is it? Here it is. Oh my goodness. All right, here it is. Oof. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the bigger screen so you guys can see it. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and watch. This we're just gonna start from where it's already, Chris already pulled up the truck. And let's just go ahead with the assumption that this is Chris. Okay, last time we were trying to figure out if it's Nicole. We can't see it. We don't know. And the person walking back, let's just go ahead and assume it's Chris. Just for the sake of it, right? Just to see what is actually happening. Is it playing? Yeah, it is. Yeah, but you can't really tell. Yeah. I only see Chris too. Yeah, there's like no movement for who knows how long. Just gonna forward it a little bit. Okay, nothing. Where do we start seeing the movement? Wow. Okay, well, I'll leave it right here. Can you zoom in? Yeah. Okay. Here, let me go ahead and okay, I need to change this and how it looks. Okay, there we go. Is that better? Okay. We're just gonna sit here. It's around where? 5:34 a.m. Oh man, but it doesn't even have the time. Yeah, because this is the raw footage. Yeah, it is. There it is. Okay. Movement. Did you guys see that? Okay, it's right there. Okay. Door is opening. The light in the back. All right. You see. Oh, there he is. Okay, he opened the door. Did you guys see that? Is Chris looking back at the camera? Okay, it's right there. It's right here. What do we think? Just a shadow. Okay, here, I'm going to rewind it again. Okay, look at his movements. When he walks back and forth, he walks normally. But then when he goes back the second time, it looks like he's holding something. Here, let's go ahead and rewind it and watch that again. Patience. We just need patience, guys. Keep your eyes peeled. All right, rewind it again. Okay, let's see him walk and then walk back. Look at that. You saw that? Okay, let's go ahead and see it again. Okay. He's messing with something. All right, you see his head, right? Right behind the leaves. He goes back. And when he comes back, he's holding something pretty heavy, in my opinion. All right, what do we think? Question time. What do we think? You can see shadow under the truck. Oh no, he bought some. Yeah, he brought something heavy. Do you think NK could have helped? Agree. Yeah. Just a shadow. The back seat of Chris Watts' truck folds up. If it was folded up and Shanann was on the floor seat, where were the kids sitting? Oh, deadline. We were trying to figure out if Chris is carrying something to his truck. All right, let's go ahead and see it again. Let's go ahead and let's compare Chris's normal movements. So this is what I'm seeing. Okay, so let me see if I can just recreate what I see. Okay, this is what I see. Exactly, Gia. She agrees. Okay, this is what I see. When Chris is walking normally, he's walking normally. He's like this. But in the second time, he looks like he's doing this. I know it's really bad. But when he's walking, he looks normal. And then in the second time, it looks like he's carrying something really heavy because only the bottom of his head, and it looks like he's struggling to carry something. Does that make sense? I know that my my recreation was terrible because I'm still sitting on a chair, but that's what I see. Maybe he could have dragged her with a sheet. But we don't see anybody dragged, right? We don't see anybody getting dragged. We would see it down here if he's dragging her with a sheet. And the thing is, I don't think he would drag her. I think he would carry her and keep her under right? Or like keep her right behind the truck. That is why I think when he walks back, he looks at the camera and he's like, hold on, let me just make sure that when I'm carrying her, they don't see me. Okay, let's go ahead and see it again. All right, let's go ahead and see it again. I know you guys can't. Oh, man. We all have different opinions. Look. We all just see different things, don't we? He's dragging something. Look. That's normal walking. Did we see that? That was a normal walk. So when he's walking back, that was normal. Do we agree it was a normal walk? Here, let's go ahead and see it again. 5 seconds. Oh, shit. Did I miss it already? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Oof. Right. It's something with his posture. Yes, Anders. It's his posture. It's just not, there's something not right about the way that he's walking when he's walking back to the truck. Did you guys see that? I was going to rewind it again. And this time I'm going to do a slower speed. Did you guys see that? Or is it just me? He's going like this. He looks like he's struggling to carry something heavy. He went back. Yo, okay, here, let's go ahead and see this again. Oh my God. Right. Wait, you think he's walking backwards? Oh. Okay, let's go ahead and see it again. All right, half of you watch under the truck and the other half watch the top. We need to split this up somehow. Again, that's a struggle. That looks like the man is struggling to carry something heavy. He's carrying something. He's definitely carrying something. Look at that. He goes like that. Let's do it again. Yeah, what do you guys see here? Let's look at the bottom. Okay, so he's walking. And he looks like he's struggling. Mm-hmm. He's carrying something, guys. In my opinion, the way I see it, Chris is struggling to carry something to the car because he is moving his head back right here. You see that? I know pausing it doesn't do us any good because now we just see a bunch of pixels. We don't see anything. But what we see right now, this little, potato looking thing, that is his head going like this. It's because it looks like he's carrying her like this, right? He's carrying the body like this. And so because he's carrying like her like that, and it's dead weight, literally, right? It's literal dead weight. And so he is struggling to carry her because he's bopping. Yes, exactly. He's bopping. He's doing this rather than just walking like he normally would. We saw him and we were able to compare when he's walking and he's not holding something to when he's walking and he's holding something heavy. You guys see it? Yeah, he's a pixel. Yeah. He's a potato pixel. Okay, Rox, I think I have a zoomed in version in my Watts section under raw videos, but it's very blurry. Oh, really? Okay. Under your, which one? Under your Watts section, under the raw videos. You have it like fully zoomed in, Deadline? But it hasn't been like altered in any way, right? Because I want to be able to watch the raw footage, no alterations. Um, Even though, it's really hard to see it when it's not altered because we're always seeing is pixels. But okay, let's go ahead and see it again. Look at that. His head up, down, right? Oh, I see it now. He shifted his weight backwards. Yeah. Yeah. Look, he shifts. He's doing this. He's shifting his weight backwards. All right. Now rewind it just a little more. Again, I like to do the comparisons. So let's watch again from the very beginning when we see him walk to the truck. Oh, there he is. Okay, so this is where I think that Chris opened the truck because he's getting ready. He's looking, right? He's seeing where am I going to put the body and where am I going to put the girls? Eric, look at that. Eric asked a question of, where would the girls be sitting? Look at that. Saw that? When he walks back, normal height. Look at that. Look. So it doesn't change. So when we see him walk back, his head stays at the same level. It stays leveled. And he's not bopping. It stays pretty leveled to right here. No bopping. Right? Yeah, he was very weak and struggling. Counterbalancing. Yeah, it's like he's crouching down and then lifting. All right, so now, I think, now he's grabbing Shanann. He opened the door because he was getting ready to see, and now he's bringing her. Look at that. And he's shifting his body. Oh my God. Yeah, there's no bopping originally, and then there's a bopping, and when he goes back, look at that. He bops, and he shifts his weight back. Yeah, he's shifting his weight. He's shifting his weight. He's carrying something. And then you can't see him anymore. No, you're not hidden, Tommy's girl. I can see you. Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't stand up in court, but yeah, that's what I see too. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, this footage would not stand up in court because it would be really hard to convince a jury of 12 people that what you're seeing is Chris bopping and carrying Shanann, right? It would be very hard to convince a juror or a jury of 12 people. Oh, look at this. This is Chris carrying his, dead wife to the truck. You can't really prove it. But we are watching it now, and my belief, I am 90, maybe like 96% sure that that is him carrying Shanann's body to the truck. He looks like he's dragging it backwards. Oh, I see what you guys see. Oh, I see it. I see it. Oh, you guys are seeing him moving backwards, not forward. Okay, can I rewind and pause? Yes, let's go ahead and pause where? Right here? I've never noticed that before. That was interesting. Yeah, all you need is, all you need is beyond reasonable doubt. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. What do we think? Yeah, that's why they did the plea deal. They didn't trust the jury would all agree. Right, right. And see, that's my belief too of why Nichol Kessinger was left alone. Because trying to prove that two people conspired to murder four people would have been a lot harder to prove than to just get the man who did it to admit to it. Right? Imagine trying to convince a jury that this is Chris carrying his dead wife to the truck. And then imagine trying to convince a jury that Nichol Kessinger was also hiding in there, all based on circumstantial evidence, right? So to me, I think that it was just an easier way. I think it's just an easier way to get Chris to admit to everything and then just move on. That is my belief. Like that. Wow. I have serious doubts this shows a body being loaded. Right, Trail? What do you think it shows? Well, really, it doesn't show anything, right? What we're saying is this is inadmissible. You can't even bring this to court and try to prove to anybody that that's what he's doing. But, just analyzing it for us, though, I think that this was the moment that he carried Shanann to the truck. In my opinion, there's no way Chris could have dragged a 140-pound body out of the garage and picked her up and put her in his truck without Nate's camera showing it. How Okay. How did he get her in the truck then? 140-pound. See, the thing is, 140 pounds is heavy, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible to carry a 140-pound body and hide it behind the truck. See, the thing is, Chris was smart to bring the truck back and he hid the back of it here. So a portion of it, the tail end is barely in the garage. So I think that Shanann's body was literally laying there in the garage. And then again, this is just me. This is just my opinion. You guys don't have to agree with me. If you don't see it this way, I completely understand. I think he grabbed her, picked her up, and that's why he's carrying her like this, so that he can keep her away from the camera. He knows that all he has to do is hold her low enough because the camera angle will not capture him carrying a body. So I think that he knew where the camera was, right? That is without a question. He knew that the camera was there because he asked Nate. He already asked him. We know this already. He already had asked Nate about the camera angle. He probably even saw it. He's like, "Oh, how do you, like, can I see the camera? I just want to know where I should park my truck." And if Nate showed him and he's like, "Yeah, look," and he sees this, he knows that all he has to do is, back up his truck, leave Shanann's body there, right? He opens the door, making sure, okay, everything's cleared out. Let me go back and pick up the body. And then he knows that all he has to do is kind of crouch and keep her out of the sight of the camera. Again, that's just me, though. That's just me. Would I try to bring this to a jury and try to convince 12 people that this is what he did? Absolutely not. It's just not reliable. It's just not a reliable piece of footage, unfortunately. All we can do at this point is speculate and try and figure out if this is what he was doing. But to me, I think this is when it happened. I still think he used a wheelie bin that was found in the garage. Oh, really? Freshly cleaned. Oh, like rolling her? He mentioned his tools being stolen. Yeah, Jay writing. Imagine, question for you. I was there with my dad when he died. I felt his arms get stiff after 2 hours. Okay, let's see. So, when Here, let's go ahead and pull up the calendar. I just want to kind of try and figure something out here. When do we think Shanann was murdered? Like at what time? As soon as she came in? That would have given him what? So she had been dead for 3 hours? 2, 3 hours? Right? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, where did the... Oh, here it is. It's in the back. Oh my god. Okay, let's switch screen so I can show the calendar. Okay, so the calendar. Look, so she comes in at 1:48, and then there's no movement until Chris shows movement here, right? Because of the basement door opening. So from 1:48 to 4:23. So what do we think? Shanann was murdered at 1:48 or around 2 a.m.? So then she had been dead for 2.5 hours. Mm. Yeah. Well, rigor mortis kicks in it's rigor mortis kicks in right away, doesn't it? Like yeah, exactly. Rigor, yeah, like 2 hours. If sometimes even before that. I mean, it really all depends on the conditions, right? I mean, inside, outside, hot, cold. It really all depends. But I would say by the time that he's carrying her out, rigor has already kicked in. Or set in, I should say, not kick in. Let's see. Rigor mortis. 2 to 6 hours after death. On average, right? This is an average. It's not the same for everybody. Rigor mortis starts around 2 to 6 hours after death. It reaches peak around 12 hours. Look, okay, so onset, 0 to 6 hours. Muscles are initially soft, then stiffens, begins in a small, so the small muscle groups in the face, jaw, and hands. Stiffens, so after 12 hours. Okay, so we're still here. So she's not fully stiff yet. Oh, man. It just, ugh. Even talking about this is weird. Okay. Oh, imagine, I see you now. Okay, I wish Roxy would see my comments. Okay, where are your comments at? Sorry. Okay. I have also received patients from the nursing home who were clearly dead overnight and stiff. Sorry for the loss of your dad. I could tell you that in the hospital, we don't keep the bodies in the PT room for more than 3 hours max. Oh, okay. Dead weight, being pregnant, rigor mortis would have been so hard to move. Melanie, Rox, if you keep watching, you might see more shadows of him, maybe picking up a child. Oh, yeah, a child, yeah. As a little shadow comes from the garage and he is outside, picks something up. Not 100% sure, but you should look. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let's keep watching. Okay, so what do we think? Is this the time? Is this the point where he put Shanann's body in the truck? All right, let's go ahead and end the previous poll and just see where we're at with this part. I just want to see where you guys think. And of course, you don't have to agree with me. If you don't see it, please don't, right? Don't vote yes, right? I see it though. I think this is when he put Shanann's body in the truck, but you guys let me know. Okay. All right. There we go. Starting the poll. So is this when Chris Watts puts Shanann in the truck? Yes, no, not sure. I still think the girls were ended in the house. Chris lied. Maybe Shanann was dragged out on those porch. Oh, cushions. Maybe they were out of order. She was dragged out. Huh. Yeah, deadline. I know, right? Yeah. Everyone, Yeah, everyone in the chat is so experienced and just really good theories, really good thoughts, the way that people see this case. It's just so helpful, right? And this, yeah, like I mean, I've said it so many times. This is why I love these live streams. When I would make videos by myself, I would just sit here and just have all these questions with nobody to ask except for my cats, right? I would ask Gia, what do you think? Do you think that this is him? And she would just look at me and be like, "Meow." And she just wants to go outside. So I'm like, oh my God, this is not working. But now, yeah, now having all this help, it cuts down on the research by half. It really does. It just helps to brainstorm, you know? The cushion was misaligned. It was. You get people arguing. Oh, aw. No, not here. Not here. Not here. We do disagree, and we have had times of disagreement and kind of like awkwardness, but it's fine. Like we're all adults. We always come back and we're like, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. I mean, it's okay to disagree as long as we don't disagree on whether or not Shanann was a victim. That's the only thing I just don't like it. I don't allow it on my channel. But we can definitely disagree on the timeline. See, these are the things that I like to not even debate. I really just want to get to the truth. I really want the truth. And we're not really even debating whether or not, other things. What we're really looking at is, what do you see that I don't see, right? So if you think that this person is being dragged, I want to see what you see. Is this person actually being dragged? And then check that off, right? So this is the way that I want to do it on my channel, where we go through something, we question it, I ask the chat, and then we're like, okay, logically, does this make sense? Yes, no? Okay, check it off. Let's move on to the next one. And I found that doing it that way has gotten us to the point where we've been able to make a calendar that looks like this. Because we've already been able to remove the things that are speculation and give us closer to the truth, right? So it has taken a lot of time. It's taken us like 6 months almost to be able to come up with all of this, because we go through it and something that doesn't make sense, we just take it out. We come back to it, we speculate on it, and if it's just speculation, we take it out. But if it is speculation and it makes sense with the discovery, we leave it in. And then I put an asterisk next to it, right? So there's a method to this madness, but we're getting there. We're getting there. One thing in this case, my opinions always evolve. I think you can't be open to it. Yeah. Yeah, if you can't be open to it, that only hurts you. True. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. Oh, believe me, I've changed the way I view things numerous times. And that's because I was seeing it a certain way, and then someone else saw it a different way, and I'm like, hold on, okay, let me approach it from this perspective. And then when I approach it from that perspective, something changes. In fact, Boops and Shelly convinced me of something the other day, or a few weeks ago, actually. Yeah, Boops and Shelly, we were in the Discord, and they actually convinced me that this ping came because Nichol is trying to get picked up. Right? Isn't that what you guys said? I don't know. I don't want to be throwing you guys under the bus. Yeah, so yeah, and I agree. The thing with this case is that you have to constantly be evolving, right? Your thoughts and your theories change once something has been proven to be wrong. So for example, at first I believed that maybe Bella was hiding under the bed, where she was hiding, and I tested it by watching the video, and then I realized, oh, no one can fit under the bed. So that theory thrown out the window, right? I had a full theory. I'm like, this is probably what happened. And then I was wrong, right? I was wrong because the bed is too low and a child does not fit there. So the whole theory was scrapped. and we start over. Okay, well, that didn't work out. Let's see what else makes more sense. Yeah, exactly, Benjamin. Yeah, I started out thinking NK had nothing to do with this. Me too. I started out thinking Nichol Kessinger was a victim in this. I thought she was an Amber Fry, and she wasn't. Serious question. I know he knew about the camera, but why didn't he turn his outside light out? Oh. Hmm. I wonder if it's one of those ones that always stay on. I don't know what kind of lights they have, but mine, for example, they always stay on. My lights, you can't unless I break them, unless I grab an actual baseball bat and go and break them. I can't turn off my lights because they're solar powered. I would have to break them. There's no off switch for solar powered, so they just stay on. And then with movement, they get brighter. Yeah, they're motion detector, and then they get brighter. But I can't turn them off because they're solar panel. But this one, I don't know. So the light, I don't know. This light is from the neighbor, but I don't really know if his lights, his porch lights, could have been turned off. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. I want to keep watching to see what else we see here. Let's go ahead and switch the. There we go. And let's go ahead and put it to normal speed. And then just keep watching. Aw, thank you, hot chocolate lover. Well, yeah, it's the only way to make some progress. If you're stuck in your own thought process, you're never going to get anywhere. It's best to hear other people's thoughts and opinions. Collaboration is the best way. My goodness. Yeah, like I said, the calendar would have taken me twice, maybe 3 times as long to put it together if I was doing it by myself. Boobs. Y'all got fancy lights. Oh, yeah. Don't you know? Yeah, everything out here is solar panel. Yeah, the entire state of Colorado is just one big solar panel. That's why it's square shaped. But I don't know. I don't know about theirs. I don't know what their lights are. I wonder if they are solar powered, because if they are, huh. I sent you the zoomed in video link. It's very, very. Oh, thanks, Deadline. Thank you. You sent it to me to my email. Mm-hmm. There's so many plausible scenarios. Once you stop believing, you see Chris carrying a dead body here. There was no dead body sent in the driveway. Yeah. What is the other okay, so Trail. What is the other plausible scenario? So if he's not carrying a body here, how did he get Shanann's body to Survey 319? I'm curious. But the thing is, there is no body scent anywhere in the house, right? Those dogs didn't pick any scent at all, even in the room. And Shanann was murdered in the room, is what he said, right? I bet Anadarko sold that truck on auction. Yeah. Other people were involved and took the body to Survey. What other people, though? What other people would take the body to Survey? So this is the thing. What benefit do other people have of getting involved in the murders of a pregnant woman and 2 children? So this is where this is where I really think about whether or not Jim or all the other people were involved. Murdering something or murdering someone is a pretty big thing, right? It's a pretty big event. It would take a lot of convincing for somebody to convince somebody to help drag a dead body to Survey 319. What benefit do they get? What would they have gotten out of helping Chris get rid of his family? Imagine, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Lance Twiggs threatened to be charged as an accessory to capital murder. He provided info. NK treated like a victim and deleted info. That's not justice. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for saying that. Exactly. Nichol Kessinger was treated like the victim even though she deleted evidence. That alone, right? That in and of itself is a crime. Lying to police, getting rid of evidence. I mean, that is obstruction of justice. Right. He couldn't bleach the driveway. NK? NK alone? Tommy's girl. Okay, here. Oh my God. All right, here. I wanna read your comments. Okay, I wish Roxy could see my comment. Okay, where's your comment at? Here, let me scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Yeah, guys. Okay, guys, yeah. Like I said, so the best way, if you want me to see your comment, it has to be bright, right? So the twister circles, the twister circles really help. Or something really obnoxious, right? Like a bunch of purple hearts. If you just put a bunch of purple hearts on the chat, I'm gonna see it because it's right there. Or of course a super chat. I always welcome the super chats as well. But yeah, if you really want me to see it, blast it. Okay, where's your comment, Tommy's girl? And we're still watching, right? We're still watching. It's playing. Yeah, it's still playing. If you guys see movement, let me know. Can you retype your comment, Tommy's girl? I scrolled all the way to the top and I don't see it. Lots of money, lots of money. Oof. I don't know if money can convince somebody to get rid of a body. I don't know. Money, where would the money even come from? Insurance, right? Insurance money. We're all going to use big purple hearts. Okay, so we have the belief of insurance money. We have the belief of, tons and tons and tons of money. Grand prize is a 3-way with an NK and a key to her apartment. Oh my God. Big gas money. Big gas money. Okay, so we believe the insurance scam money. Okay. What was Chris doing so long in the house right now? Right, he's still in the house. He's taking a pretty long time. Less can, so can money. Money will make people do evil shit. Yeah, I don't know, you guys. I still think that is a huge stretch. I really do. It's pretty far-fetched, in my opinion, to convince random people, right? I mean, damn. To convince. Okay. So there's two people who would benefit from this, and this would be Chris and Nichol Kessinger. They are the only two that would benefit from this family being completely gone. Unless they talk to their friends and they're like, hey, would you like a fuck ton of money? And they're like, yeah, sure. What do I have to do? Oh, you just need to help me get rid of a body, my wife and my kids. And then they're like, all right, that sounds good. How much money am I going to get? And they're like, well, if everything goes to plan, if we are able, look at them, if we are able to successfully murder my wife and my children and get rid of their bodies at Survey 319, And if we are successfully able to explode everything, just set the whole place on fire, even after the insurance and, the investigation goes through and they find out, oh, it was actually on purpose and it wasn't some type of accident. All of that has to go through first, and then hopefully we get some insurance money. So then the people that are involved in this say, okay, so I need to help you get rid of a pregnant woman, 2 children, and then hope that we don't get caught so that I can get the money 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. It's not plausible. To me, it makes no sense that somebody would risk their freedom to get money 5 years from now and hope that it all goes well. Right? That's the biggest thing, is we need to hope that it goes well. The plan has to be flawless, absolutely flawless, like you would see in a movie. And so because of that, I don't think anybody, not Jim or any of the coworkers, would be like, yeah, okay, I'm down. I can definitely help you get rid of your family's dead bodies at our work site. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and also commit arson on top of that. So let's commit quadruple homicide and arson and fraud so that we can hopefully get some money. That is a lot of faith to be putting into a plan. Right? And so when you think about it, it doesn't sound logical. It's just not a logical explanation to me. Yeah, no insurance money for suicides either. Yeah. Look at him. So now he's putting all of his other stuff together in the truck. Right, exactly. It's just, when you think about it that way, it doesn't seem likely that people are going to risk their freedom to commit 4 or 5 different types of crimes, right? Arson, fraud, quadruple homicide, conspiracy, right? I mean, how many charges would these be? Let's go ahead and just, holy moly here. It would be arson, right? Because you are blowing up a place. Fraud, because you are trying to defraud the bank from insurance money. Quadruple homicide. What else? Conspiracy, right? Conspiracy to blow something up, conspiracy to murder 4 people, conspiracy to commit fraud. And for what? For how much money exactly? Who would get rid of a body for a friend? Many of us would, for our besties. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's because we're normal, Rocks. These people are evil. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're evil, but I don't know. You guys, it's too far-fetched. It really, really is. Um, I don't think, yeah. I don't think your everyday coworker is going to be okay with committing 5 different federal offenses for a little bit of money, right? I mean, it's at that point, it would be easier to rob a bank or break into someone's house or, I don't know, scam people with Bitcoin. I think that's a lot easier. In 2018, it would be a lot easier to make money off of scamming people. Do a romance scam, right? Move to Nigeria, commit some romance scam. I think that is a lot easier to get money than to try and commit 5 different offenses to get money. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Just wanted to say hi. I was listening to one of your recent live streams with Veroscope. I caught Nicole slip up in the one statement she says that she isn't sure how SR communicated to Chris Watts. Yeah, that's what she wants. Yep. Twister is a hell of a drug. Yeah, Jim could have gotten the death penalty. No way. Exactly, right? Like, oh man, really? Holy moly. Imagine putting yourself through all of that for the death penalty just so that you can get a little twister time with Nicole. I mean, she's not even worth it. I mean, come on. Again, I don't know. This is, again, I'm just thinking, I'm thinking outside. I'm like, would I do this? I wouldn't. Would most people do this? Probably not. If Jim was that motivated by money, he wouldn't be a geologist. Boops, 100%. I agree. Yeah. Yeah, if Jim was motivated by money, if Troy McCoy was motivated by money, I think they would all be in Wall Street, wouldn't they be? Right? They would be in Wall Street. They would be, I don't know, they'd be doing like insurance, right? Something like that. As a geologist, you don't make any money. I was watching a movie last night. It was reminding me of NK. Oh, yeah. Bliss. Yeah, the way she got scared. The guy wanted contact with his daughter, so she kept him on drugs. They couldn't keep the secret. Yeah. Okay, what are you guys saying here? I'm reading what all you guys are saying. Her friends would, though. I agree. Okay, that's what I personally think the Sunday 111-minute phone call was. Chris, do something. It's either me or her. What do you think they talked about for 111 minutes? I think she was the bad woman. I don't personally think she was involved in the deaths or cover up. Oh, okay. So you think she was just a bad woman? I don't personally think she was involved, the deaths or the cover up. So personally, you don't think she was involved at all? Like not even gave him the idea? Like not even just hinting it? Or what if she knew and she didn't say anything? Because that's where I'm at too, right? I am convinced that she was involved in something. I don't know what, though. I don't know what her involvement is, but I am almost certain that she was involved in something, even, okay, as little as planting the idea in his head and pressuring him to make a choice. So she either had an idea that this was going to happen and she didn't say anything, and that alone makes her involved. To the more extreme end, being she was there the morning of helping Chris clean up the bodies, right? So I'm kind of in the middle where she planted the idea all the way to she was there and she planned the cleanup as well. She planned to be Shanann. She pretended to be Shanann on the phone, either through the text messages or iPad or whatever. And then she was going to drive off with the Lexus. Like that's as far as I think that the thing, the whole plan went. Do I personally believe that she was involved in getting rid of the bodies? I don't think so. I really don't. I personally don't believe she was at Survey 319 helping Chris or putting the bodies away herself. I mean, I don't think she would have been. And I really don't believe that she was there with Jim either. I think Chris did all of that, but I think that she helped him with the process, if that makes sense. Yep, Sam Spooky Witch, yeah, she massively manipulated him, yeah. Yeah, I didn't hunt my family, Nikki. All right, so we saw that, right? He already took off. That took him a really long time to pack everything into the truck, didn't it? She wanted Chris Watson. She planted the seed and continually suggested it. Yeah, I think so too. Her drunk cousin said, "We didn't tell you to kill your family, Chris." Yeah, who is we? KTD, I love the little emojis. I love the emojis you're using. I know you're like trying to get your point through. You're like, oh no. They're just funny. They're so funny. No, I get it. I get it, KTD. I get it. See, I do understand your guys' logic. I'm not saying your logic is flawed. On my end, it doesn't seem, to me, it seems very far-fetched to be able to convince a whole bunch of people, oh, there's money, help me kill my family, help me start a fire and murder all these people so that you can get 10 grand, you know? It's like, it's not even that much money. But I do see the logic. And that's why I'm testing it, right? And I'm testing it just wondering like how many people would be okay with murdering or arsony, murder, arson, and fraud for how much money? 50K after taxes, right? Because that's the thing. You get 50K and then you get taxed for that shit. So you end up only with like 30K. And then from that 30K, you still need to get taxed, right? We have inflation. Like none of this shit even matters at the end of the day. You risked your freedom for 30K after the IRS takes half of it. It just doesn't make sense to me. If NK is bipolar, that has nothing to do with her behavior in this case, unless she has bipolar disorder plus a personality disorder. Bipolar doesn't cause violence or low empathy. Mm-hmm. It was Jim broke too. Yeah, NK did stab someone in the back though for free. Yeah, you're right about that, Nini. Here we go. KTD. Here we go with the emojis. At least I don't believe he physically could do it all alone in that short time. Same. See, that's the thing too. Neither do I. I definitely don't think he did it by himself in that short time. That's why I believe that he dug the hole prior. That is why with that short time, it doesn't make sense that he dug the hole. And that's why I think that the hole was dug prior, but he could still have gotten rid of the whole family by himself. Right? It's 2 girls and his pregnant wife. And so he had about an hour and a half to be able to get to Servi and put his family in the dirt and into 2 oil tanks. And so when you are at Servi and you see the soil in the summertime, it is hard to believe that he was able to do all of that by himself in the allotted time that he had. So I definitely agree with you, KTD, on that one. But that's why I think that the hole was dug up a day prior. I really don't believe that she was there, or that somebody else was there helping him physically with it, Leave Jim alone. Yeah. Yeah, she takes her Twister seriously. Yeah, but see, this is why we have all these questions, right? This is why we have these questions. We test the theory and then we test the logic behind it. To me, again, it's just logically, to me, it doesn't make any sense that they would try and convince a bunch of people for money. Yeah, deadline, yeah. NK was involved, especially in the girls' deaths. If he killed everyone, maybe he just asked NK to show up to stage a text or take the Lexus to maybe look like she left with the kids. Yeah. The purse, the suitcase, the hoodie, and the phone. It was all there for NK to load in the Lexus, drive wherever she planned to frame the disappearance. Yeah. Yep. And this is why I think that she was there. I really do. I think that Nicole's role in this, okay, let's just go ahead and I think Nicole's role in all of this was to pretend to be Shanann. The morning of, she was supposed to be Shanann leaving in the Lexus, and she was supposed to pretend to be Shanann in the phone, texting. And then leaving with the Lexus, dropping off the Lexus somewhere, getting picked up by Jim, and then dropped off at her work. I think that was supposed to be the plan, and then it fell through. I don't think that she was there to be at Survey 319 to help him dump the bodies. Yeah, exactly. I know, you guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you couldn't get into the phone because of the passcode. The passcode was changed. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I believe. That's what I believe. Again, you don't have to believe it, but when we look at let's go ahead and look at the calendar one last time. When we look at the calendar and we look at the morning of, God, where did I put it? Oh God, it disappeared again. Oh, here it is. Here, let's look at the morning of. And the reason I think this is because the phone just turned off magically. Who turned off the phone? Chris staged the text message. It was received. And he staged a phone call. It wasn't received. Her friends called her. The phone call wasn't received because the phone was off. Who turned it off? Look, she calls and then the phone turns off. So then she must have been in the house pretending to be Shanann. But if you see it another way, if there's something about this little part here that you think might have been different, let me know. Is there a step here that we've missed? He had no emotion after they were killed. So even if it was someone else, where was the emotion? Yeah. I don't think she would think Chris was worth it to put her life on the line like that. Yeah. But I mean, she did, she has committed other, crimes though in her past. And yeah. Look at Gypsy Rose. That's similar to what NK did. Mental manipulation. Right. Wait, so you don't think that Nichol Kessinger was there the morning of? Yeah, no one was supposed to be at the house. She did think he was worth it. Yeah, so the thing is, when you see all of Nichol Kessinger's lies, she definitely thought something was worth it, right? Because she lied so much. And she hid so much of the what she did that day. She says, I don't remember. I mean, she went through with it for the entire summer. So she went through with all of this. So she didn't really care about him, or, she didn't think it was worth it. Then why did she keep his text messages all the way up until the 13th and then deleted them after she got on a 3-way phone call with police and after he did the front porch interview? So she definitely thought he was still worth it up until the 14th. She realized, oh, he's not worth it anymore because now my life is on the line. But she only realized that on the 14th, the day before he got arrested. I mean, she was holding on for dear life for him up all the way until the very last minute. And so that's what makes me think this woman thought he was definitely worth it because she was holding on to all those fucking text messages, right? So holding on to all those text messages and then being like, I don't know. I think this is my time to let go. But she let go all the way until the end. Use mental mind games to get him to do the acts of murder. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because he's no use to her now. Yeah, she liked to protect herself and her image only. Right. Because, okay, look. So on the 13th, she still had the text messages, guys. She still had all of them, apparently, right? She already knew. She's like, okay, maybe we can still get away with this. And then on the 14th, in the morning, at midnight, she's still like, I don't know. I might still be able to get away with this, Chris. We might still be able to move on and run off into the sunset together. And then she realizes, holy shit, no, we can't. Because then she starts deleting her text messages. Look, Denver 7 News. And then all of a sudden, Nichol Kessinger starts searching Shanann. Then Nichol Kessinger calls her mom. And then the water truck shows up at Survey. And then look, Nichol Kessinger looks up Shanann again. And then she looks up deleted text messages. So all of that happened right at the end. At 4 p.m. is when she decided, you know what, this man is no longer worth it. Her last text was, "What did you do, Chris?" Where is that? Where is that text message at? Deadline? Last text ever. But where is it? I've never seen the text message that says, "What did you do, Chris?" The last text message I've seen between them is the one where Chris sends it to her. And he's like, "Oh my God," they would freak out. That's the last text message that we have between them. Unless, I don't know, maybe I missed it in the discovery. I haven't seen a text message of her saying, "What did you do, Chris?" Yeah, that was in the phone call. So where she says, "What did you do, Chris?" That is Nichol Kessinger's testimony. That's what she said. So we have to be believing her words, which I don't. Unless there's an actual text message and it is in black and white in the discovery, I don't believe anything the woman says. Just because she says, "Oh, I sent him a text that said, 'What did you do with your family, Chris? Where's your family?'" I don't believe it. I need to see it. It was a phone call. Yeah, I'll try to find it. But she said, I'm scared. Yeah, that is in an interview. That's what she's saying in her interview. She's saying, "Oh, I was scared and right." Here, let's go ahead and pull up the See, I love that we're doing this. Really, I do, because I don't think we've ever had a debate like this, right? I don't think we've had a debate like this. Okay. During this call, 50 and 52 minutes, she's saying, this is what she's claiming, that she called Chris, and in between these two big ones, and the reason I'm seeing two big ones is because, goddamn, I've watched this video so many times. This lady constantly says the two big ones. So after her two big ones, in between here, she FaceTimes Chris, supposedly. And that's when she says, "Oh my God, are you doing laundry? You've inspired me to do laundry too, Chris." And so then she starts doing laundry at 11 at night because Chris inspired her. And that is when she says, "I was so scared. Oh, but I don't know, not really." And then she changes her mind. She goes back and forth and says, "I don't know, I was kind of scared. And then I kind of heard Chris's voice was kind of scared, but I'm not really. And then I asked him, 'Where's your family, Chris? Where's your family?'" It was all her own statement. Yeah, they have a lot. Yeah, they removed a lot of the discovery pages. Yeah, but I will say I've never ever seen a text message where Nicole says, "What did you do?" Because I don't think it exists. Unless you show it to me. The same reason Rourke went on his wife's podcast and then deleted it. Veroscope does analyze this too. Nicole, we're not talking let me see. Nicole, we're not talking about threesomes. We're talking about the death of an entire family. God, I wish I could question her. Yeah. DA went on his wife's podcast. They had to delete the episode. Right. Yeah, she told Kevin, "Don't you guys let me down." Here, should we oh man, okay. It's just that there's all the things that we're talking about are scattered everywhere. And this is the problem that I keep running into is that like I know what we're talking about, but we have to find the video now just to listen to it and talk about what we're talking about. And this is what gets hard is because everything's just scattered everywhere. That test exists somewhere in that phone if they kept it, but they may never look deep into it to find them. Yeah, if it does exist, then we haven't seen it. It was never released. I've never seen a text message where she said, "What did you do with your family, Chris?" as being her last text message to him. I've never seen that. This is the last text message that we have, or that I have, and it is okay. Text message, deleted data. All the texts, and where are Nicole's? Right here. This is the last text message that I've seen between them. And it was on the 13th at 2:44 p.m. Oh my God, that is absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out. And this is Chris sending it to her. There was no reply to this. Yeah. Yeah. Don't fucking let me down, Kevin. Just don't fucking let me down. I want to help you guys. Believe me, I do. It's just, I need you guys to help me too. Just don't fucking let me down. What does that mean? We just got to get back to the meat of this whole situation. Ribeye. Please make it a ribeye. But I've never saved that stuff. Okay. Colleagues requesting the reports in 2019, but I've never seen that stuff. Yeah, that was a unicorn flute. Yeah, exactly. This is because of the unicorn Lucky Charms. This is her story though. She is saying, "Oh, I texted him about the unicorn Lucky Charms." And this is supposedly what Chris responded to that text, which do we really believe that? Right. We have to really believe what Nichol Kessinger says for us to believe that she's not guilty. And of course, right. I mean, her acting is so terrible and she lied about everything else. And it's been proven that she lied about everything else. So then we have to give her the benefit of the doubt that she's not lying about this one thing. She lied about 50 things. So we have to give her the benefit of the doubt that she isn't lying about these 3 things, which is kind of hard to do when she's a pathological liar. How are we going to believe this is a truth, but everything else was a lie? Yeah, I wonder how long it took her for her to come up with the Lucky Charms story. Prime rib. Or maybe the meat inside the crab, right? You got to crack it open. Let me get into the meat. Yeah, no way that was about unicorn Lucky Charms. Exactly. I don't think this is about unicorn Lucky Charms. She hasn't been investigated. She was their star witness. It was about the cereal. Kevin will play tester with you. You gotta help me. Yeah, in Colorado, they have to keep the evidence forever until the defendant dies. there's a plea or an appeal for an actual innocent party, they may be wrongly convicted. They could process it all. Oh, yeah, definitely deadline. They had no intentions of investigating her. None at all. They had no intentions of investigating her, except they kind of did. When you look at the discovery, you know, you do see that. I mean, they have to, right? But they went and requested all kinds of warrants. They also requested um, her actual phone log from Verizon. So they did request a lot of things just to make sure that she was saying the truth. So, and this is what gets to me, right? Because if they are thinking that she is the star witness, then why are they requesting all of these things right behind her back? Almost right. It wasn't really behind her back. They told her to her face, we're going to request these and we're going to need a warrant anyway. So they went and got the warrant regardless. But then they also requested a bunch of other information about her phone logs and her records apart from this, right? These records, Nichol Kessinger gave them to the investigators. So these that we see here, okay, these, Nicole pulled them herself. She went online and she pulled these herself, PDF, and then she sent them to the police. But the police, they took them and they're like, okay, cool. We're still going to do our own research. And then they still pulled the full logs from Verizon. Verizon sent them. And the court granted that because it's in the discovery. So that means that the police has not only her phone logs, but her actual pings. Every single time that she called, every single time that she moved, the police has this. They requested it from her activity. So if she was a star witness, why were they requesting all of this from her? That is my question, right? And again, I don't know because I'm not law enforcement. I don't have criminal justice background. That's my question. Why were they treating her like a suspect then? But they weren't treating her like a suspect to her face. They were treating her like a suspect with court orders and warrants. Um, they know these interviews are also recorded. The interrogation rooms have cameras. Yeah, it's all show for the media. They know these. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I already read that one. Just the girls wonder why. Okay, here. Let's go ahead and see if I can pull up the things that I'm talking about, you guys. Oh my goodness, where did they all go? Nope. Standard operating procedure. Yeah, exactly. That's why you see him stop her and make her say the name Chris and Shanann. Wait, so are we saying that those videos and everything else was just for the media? It's all for the media because the media is gonna want every shred of evidence, every interview done. For the media. So it's kind of weird though that they would want to do it for the media and they still didn't release it, right? They released all of Nicole Kessinger's interviews way after the fact. Everything was really being released around 2019 or around 2020. I don't know, deadline, you tell me. Yeah, you let me know. So it makes the county look good. Hey, Valerie, how's it going? Yeah, that couple. She definitely brought the crabs. Yeah, he says, "We know all of this, we just have to get it recorded." I mean, the recordings in the interrogation room, I'd say, I mean, you would need those for the investigation more than you would need them for the media. The interviews are definitely more, it's for the investigation. You still need to be able to get a video for the investigation. Hmm. It's all to make it look like they followed procedure. So then they didn't actually follow procedure, is what you're saying, Deadline? Which, you don't really have to convince me that they didn't follow procedure. I can already tell that they didn't follow procedure. I mean, look at all the evidence against Nichol Kessinger and no one looked into it, right? So that alone tells me they didn't follow proper procedure. Right? Okay, here. I'm still looking for the documents I was trying to show you guys real quick. I know I get so sidetracked. Okay, let's see. Yeah, here it is. Okay. There's more. Is this it? Okay, it's right here. Okay. Here, I'm just going to show you this real quick. And this is from the Discovery. Okay, so this is what I want to show you guys. Oh my God, this is terrible. Okay, here we go. Okay, this one here. Okay, so between October 9th and October 10th, records supervisor obtained the return and inventory court-ordered production of records of the following items. And it is the partnership Verizon Wireless. The phone is Nichol Kessinger's, right? The very top one, the Cellco partnership, DBA Verizon, right? All of this. This means that they got the actual logs from Verizon itself. So, not the logs that we are seeing. Those are the logs that the customer can get. You, as a customer, can log in to your Verizon, pull the PDF, and then send it to the cops. That is what we see, though. But they requested, through court order, they requested the Verizon Wireless Cellco partnership. So the actual logs of each and every single tower that Nichol Kessinger was connecting to throughout that entire time. So this is what tells me, again, I don't know, you let me know, Deadline. This is what tells me that they were, in a way, still viewing her as a suspect without really viewing her as a suspect. And this was October 10th. Chris was given the plea deal in November. So sometime between October 10th and November, they decided, holy shit, let's just go ahead and give this plea deal to Chris. This is too much to investigate, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get a guilty verdict on circumstantial evidence for Nichol Kessinger. And so because of that, I do believe that they just went on and said, you know what, this is way too much. Trying two people of conspiracy to murder 4 people based on circumstantial evidence is going to be very difficult. This trial would probably go on for 5-6 years maybe, and it would be very hard to try and convince 2 separate juries that these 2 people committed conspiracy, right, and then murdered 4 people. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So to me, the way, yeah, exactly. Death penalty cases are very expensive. They take a lot of time to be able to convince 2 separate, because that's what would have happened, right? It would have been 2 separate juries. They were not going to get tried together. Chris was going to get tried for the murder of, and then Nichol would have gotten tried for the separate, her separate charges, which would have been, as an accomplice, right? So she helps somebody, so complicit, conspiracy, and who knows what other things. And then you would have to get a conviction for Chris and Nichol Kessinger. So Chris would then have to had testified against Nichol, and he would have had to been given a different plea deal to be able to then throw Nichol Kessinger under the bus. So it would have gotten way too crazy to be able to get two people, right? And get both of them convicted, right? Because that's the thing. We wanted a conviction. And the possibility that these cases would have gotten thrown out, or, there would have been a mistrial, is a lot likelier than to just making one man accept guilt for all of it. That gave them a guaranteed conviction without a trial, without wasting taxpayers' money. And it gave DA Rourke an instant win without doing much of the work, without actually having to go through and look through every single text message and every call that Nichol Kessinger deleted. Yeah, because exactly, you have to prove this beyond a reasonable doubt. So you would have to convince 12 people that these call logs, that her being there at 6:16 in the morning, all of this circumstantial evidence is enough to prove that she helped Chris murder his family as well. And so you would need double the conviction. And the other thing is that if you convinced Chris to testify against Nichol, he would have been given a plea deal, likely less time. So instead of him serving 5 consecutive life sentences, he probably would have gotten 2 life sentences with the possibility of parole, because he would have thrown Nichol Kessinger under the bus. And so is that really justice then, right? Then we have to wonder, would that be justice for Chris to get a plea deal because he threw his mistress under the bus? He gets possibility of parole because he threw her under the bus. She will eventually also probably get parole because she was just complicit. She didn't actually murder people. That would definitely take us past, a 3 or 4 year trial. And then who knows, we would probably still see a mistrial. I reached out to Colorado's Attorney General to ask DA O'Rourke isn't forced to reply to my email request. Oh my God. Oh man. Yeah, exactly. It's not justice, right? Yeah, exactly. And see, this is why we're doing this. We're getting to the bottom of it. We're getting to the bottom of why is all of this evidence against Nichol Kessinger? Why does it exist? But why didn't she get charged for it? Why was she let go? And that's why we're still here. And that's why we're still making this calendar. That's why we're still bringing up, going through 2,000 almost, right? 2,000 pages of discovery all over again to see who dropped the ball here? Who dropped the ball? Is it really that Nichol wasn't involved? I really don't believe that. I don't. I don't think anyone can convince me that Nichol was not involved. I think she was involved. But I think for the DA and the system in general, it was just easier, faster, and guaranteed for Chris to take the plea deal and then just close it. And then, you know what, Nichol, your life is over anyway because you're never going to be able to come out of your little cave. So in a way, she's still kind of paying, but in a different way. Not in the way that we think of, which is real justice, is her being in a cell in the same way that Chris is. She's in her own prison. But I don't think that's justice. It's not fair that she still gets to go to Walmart and trade in her small bikini for an extra large. I don't think it's fair. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. KTD. Yeah, they're supposed to answer to us. Yeah, but some are dirty and egoistical. Yeah. Egotistical. Yep. Oh man. What evidence against Kessinger? Oh my God. Where do I start? Infinity and what evidence against Kessinger? Okay, hold on. Someone has a question. Here, let's go ahead and show all the evidence. I mean, my goodness. You'll see it in a 2-length or 2-hour full feature film. You'll see all of the evidence compiled, but very, very quickly. I mean, what about all the evidence of her deleting? Like, again, oh my God. See, the thing is, when people ask what evidence, where do you start? Here, let's start with Nichol Kessinger Googling Shanann in 2017. Let's go. Let's follow it up with Nichol Kessinger deleting all of her text messages. Let's follow it up with Nichol Kessinger asking Google all of these questions. What about her Googling the man I'm seeing, will he marry the mistress? What about her Googling Amber Fry book deal? Did people hate Amber Fry? Can cops trace text messages after I've already deleted all of the evidence? All of the pings, all of the lies. She said, oh, no, I didn't know that he was married. And then she did know that he was married. What about all the emails? Right? It's just the list goes on. It's really hard to even start. Watch party. When does the documentary drop? It's gonna take about a year and a half to put together. Yeah, this is it is an immersive full-length feature documentary. There is a deadline for it, and I'm hoping to make the deadline, but it's gonna take a long time. I mean, it's already in the works, but the drop will be next year around August, so around the same time that the crime happened. The paying, the lies, of destroying the evidence, telling the murder. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll be here all night. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We'll be here all night. Where do you want me to start with all of the evidence against Nichol Kessinger? We would be here all freaking night. Yeah. NK deleting text, pinging Frederick, breaking her SIM card, constant lying, suspicious Google search, lie after lie. Thank you, KTD. Thank you for putting that together. Eric, thank you for putting that together. Do people hate Amber Fry? Exactly. Who Googles that? What innocent person Googles, do people hate Amber Fry? Yeah, if not for NK, there would be 4 people still alive today. I agree with that. She did, Brit. Yeah, she did. She broke her SIM card. She took her iPhone. This is how far she went. Okay. Now, for anybody who's like, what evidence against Nichol Kessinger? Well, the evidence where she found something that she can stick into this tiny little hole, right? Very different thing, right? Very different type of hole. And she's the one sticking things in there. So very, very different type of experience for her. But she found something. She was so angry. Okay, again, this is her story. Her story is, oh my God, I was hurt by the lie. It was the lie that hurt me. And then I deleted the messages. So she's so upset. She's like, oh my God, Chris, you lied to me. I never want to see you again. Delete all of my apps. Hey, Chris, also make sure you delete everything. Okay, hold on. Let me call Charlotte. Hey, Charlotte, do you have pictures of me on Facebook? Okay, delete it. Okay, no, all of it. All of it, bitch. All of it. Yeah, no, I'm telling you to delete it. I don't really care what happened to your dad. I need you to delete all of the pictures of me and you off of Facebook, okay? All right, hold on. I need to call my friend Jim. Hey, Jim, do you have photos of me on Instagram? Okay, go ahead and delete them all. All of them. Every single one. Yeah, okay, hold on, bye. Hi, Danielle, do you have pictures of me on Instagram and Facebook? Okay, go ahead and delete them all. All of them. Every single one. Yeah, everything. Scrap it. Scrap it, girl. Okay, bye. Let me call Gino. Hi, Gino. Oh my God, how are you? I don't really care. I really want you to delete all of my text messages, everything that you have again, like on me. If there is photos of me at your wedding, go ahead and delete it. Oh no, all of it. No. Just pretend I don't even exist. No, we're not even friends. All of it. Yeah, all of it. Okay. Okay, bye. Okay, let me call Chris again. Just got to make sure he deleted all his text messages because I'm so pissed. He hurt me. Hello, Chris. I'm so mad. Anyway, did you delete those text messages? You did? Okay. I just want to make sure it's because I'm just so pissed at you because you're so mean. You lied to me. It's the lie that made me delete all of your text messages, Chris. Yeah. And it's the hurt that is making me tell you to delete all of the evidence. All of it. Yeah, it's because you hurt me. I don't want you to keep anything between us. I'm so hurt. Okay, bye. Okay, anyway, I think I've called everybody. Oh, hold on. I need to email Mark Zuckerberg. I have to tell him to delete my Facebook page. Hi, Marky. Hello. Oh my God. Can you delete my Facebook? Thank you. Okay, anyway, everything's deleted. You know what? Just to be safe, I just don't want Chris to reach me anymore. I don't want him to reach out to me because I'm so pissed. I'm going to take this tiny little thing here. I'm going to stick it into this hole. I'm going to open the SIM card. Fuck. I'm going to take out the SIM card. I'm going to make my phone say no SIM available. Okay? Because that's how pissed I am. Shit, now I don't even know where my SIM card went. Fuck. Well, I don't know where the SIM card went. It's somewhere there. But anyway, the point is, she's like, no SIM available. And then she grabbed her SIM card and then broke it in half. And she's like, I'm so pissed, Chris. Break the SIM card, throw it out because she's pissed. She's so hurt by the lie that she did all of that. And then she's not done yet. She's still hurt. Remember, she's still hurt. And then she goes and Googles. Then she goes online and Googles. I'm just so pissed that Chris is lying to me. Anyway, how long do phone companies keep text messages for? Difference between text message content and text message detail. Can you get printouts of Verizon text messages? And all of that just because she says she was grossed out. Does that make any sense? See, when you put it in that perspective, it makes no sense that she deleted her text messages because she was so sad and hurt that he hurt her. That she went as far as sticking a paper clip into her phone, taking out the SIM card and breaking it in half. But all of that after she told all of her friends to also delete all of the photos of her. And after she made sure that Chris also deleted all of his photos and the evidence. She went so far as to doing that. And she was still so hurt that she was still Googling, can cops find my text messages after I've deleted them? I've already destroyed my SIM card, but she's still wondering, are they still going to get my SIM card? Are they still going to get my text messages? It's not logical. It doesn't actually, it doesn't play out. But anyway, guys, damn, now I have to find my SIM card. I lost it. Oh man. Oh, it's okay. It's fine because I need another SIM card anyway. But yeah, see, when you put it all together, right here's the little thing. That's where the SIM card goes. And she again had to go out of her way to find a paper clip or an earring or something. Again, she's so pissed. I've been pissed before. Okay, I've been angry, I've been upset, people lie to me, right? Oh my God, I break up. I fucking hate you. I've never gone to the extent, and again, I don't like using anecdotal evidence. Just because I haven't done it doesn't mean other people wouldn't. But I think most people are not going to go out of their way to delete things, right? And do the no sim thing and just be like, break SIM card. All because your boyfriend lied to you. I mean, that's a lot. I've seen people throw their phones. I've seen people block the person, delete the text messages, then block them. I've never seen somebody go as far as asking their friends also to delete photos. I'm mad at Chris, but Gino has nothing to do with me being mad at Chris. But you know what? I'm still going to call him and I'm still going to tell him to delete everything that he has of me. And then I'm going to call Danielle, and then I'm going to call Jim, and then I'm going to call Charlotte, all of my friends. It has nothing to do with Chris. She says she's mad at Chris, so why is she calling her friends for them to also delete their videos and photos of her? She's pissed, right? All of this happened in what, 10 minutes? She's still pissed after 10 minutes? And then she Googles. Here, let's go ahead and see how long she Googled. Will people keep, will cops trace my text messages? How long did she Google this for? Look, 525, 526, right? So all of these are back to back. She's Googling, what's the difference? She reads. She's like, okay, I don't like that answer. Google something else. She's like, okay, I don't like that answer. Look at when it started. It started at 3:40, 5, 5, 5:24, 5:24, 5:24, 5:25, 5:26, 5:26, 5:26, 5:26, 5:26:28, right? So she's Googling back to back to back to back. So it's not like she just Googled it once and said, oh my God, I accidentally broke my SIM card because I'm mad at my boyfriend, right? She didn't Google that. She Googled how long the companies keep text messages. So again, I don't have to keep doing this. I think at this point, I hope that I made my point. No one does that unless you're hiding evidence. Unless you're really trying to hide your involvement, no one goes as far as deleting text messages, calling their friends, calling the murderer himself, telling him to delete his text messages, then deleting everything, opening your phone up, taking out the SIM card, breaking it, and then Googling these questions. No one does that unless you are actually involved in some type of something, right? She's hiding something. She's hiding something more than just the fact that she was a mistress. But anyway, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. Oh my, I need to find my SIM card. Yeah, like, shit, now I ended up with no SIM card. Damn. I really want to show you guys the SIM card, right? It's somewhere here. Yeah, I don't know where. Oh, I found it. Found it. Found it. Okay. Whew. Now, this is the biggest one, okay? Imagine having to break this. Look at how tiny this is. This is an iPhone 7, 8. I can't remember what iPhone this is. That's the phone she had. She had an iPhone. And then that means that she took out a SIM card that is this tiny and somehow tried to break this tiny little thing in half. Imagine that. Imagine the work of having to break this tiny little thing. How would you even break it? What, on the side of like right here, right? You would have to like really get the center in there and break it down the middle. Or she probably took scissors to it, right? I don't have scissors with me, but you can take scissors to it, maybe. You can take a hammer, fucking break it in half. You can try and break it with your finger. Let me see if I can try and break it with my fingers. I don't know. I mean, I can't. It's too, if you can see that, it's too small to be able to break, right? It would have to be a little bit longer and you can just snap it in half. You can't do it with your finger. She burnt it. It broke on its own. Oh, that's right. It just broke on its own. Right? Yeah. All of this is highly suspicious. Try to break this little thing with your teeth, maybe. This is why none of her lies are believable. Because she tried to break her SIM card. For what reason? Other than hiding evidence. Holy shit. To go through the extent of breaking this tiny little SIM card, that is an extent of a person trying to hide her involvement in something. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think. Yeah, I'm going to tear up my SIM card. Yeah, I almost lost it. I'm like, oh no, I don't have a SIM card. Now I have to figure out how to put this thing back in. Shit. Well, I really, really wanted to demonstrate how ridiculous her story is. When you act it out and when you put it in perspective, it is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? When she tells you the story and she's like, oh, this is why I did it. I don't know, maybe it's believable. But then when you do it like that and you're like, oh, hold on, let me call my other friend though. Let me call my other friend. Hey, Gino, did you delete this shit? It doesn't make any sense. No, she was definitely involved. No one can convince me otherwise. But anyway, all right. Let's go ahead and end our last poll. This was a different type of live stream, wasn't it? Okay, let's go ahead and see what our poll was. Is this when Chris Watts put Shadan's body in the truck? Look at that. 52% say yes, 28% say not sure still, and then 20 said no. We're still not sure. We still don't know. Aw, thank you. Shelly, thank you so much. Aw, thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, this is why Nicole was doing a super chat when she was trying to get her SIM card out. She's like, oh my God, I don't have any pins. Where's my paper clip? She's shouting all over herself. Yeah, she's super shady. She probably broke it between her legs. Oh man. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I've gone at it for a while. Oh my God, it's been 3 hours. Thank you guys so much. Oh my God, look at this. Oh, I missed a few. Oh, sorry guys. All right. Thank you so much, Tiger, for the super chat. Thank you so much, Wilderness Explorer. Chris admitted that he was with her the day of the video, didn't he? The day of the video. Oh man, I don't know. Sorry. Wait, which video? Chris admitted he was with her the day of the video? Which video? Wilderness, if you're still here, go ahead and let me know which video. Gerald's 2 cents. Thank you so much for the super chat. Brandy, welcome. Welcome to members. Here, let's go ahead and celebrate. Brandy, thank you so much for the super chat. Imagine, thank you so much. Hot chocolate lover, here it is. All right, if anyone can crack this case, it's you, Rox. The work you put is outstanding. You are appreciated by us all. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, I mean, this is it's a collaboration, guys. It really is. Again, I wouldn't be able to do this by myself. It's too much. Tiger, thank you so much. All right, Tiger, Angela, Soil Blue, Carolette, SSFS. Thank you so much for the jewels. Science, thank you so much for the jewels. Oh, these are so cute. And Tiger, thanks again. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, cognitive dissonance. All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for you today. I'm done acting. I'm done acting out how ridiculous Nichol Kessinger's story is. You guys let me know if it's still plausible, though, that she was so upset and that's why she broke her tiny little SIM card in half with her teeth or her mouth or whatever. Her fingers, her witch fingers. Maybe she put it in a soup. Who knows? How do you destroy a tiny little thing like this, somebody let me know. I'm not going to attempt it though. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining today's live stream. If you like this live stream, please, please, please go ahead and subscribe, guys. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Please go ahead and subscribe. We're close. We're very, very close. Please, 10,000. Let's get there. And yeah, thank you guys. Go ahead and subscribe, like, share, comment, hype, all the good stuff. Get this out to more people. Oh, thanks, Josie. Thank you. Yeah, it was a long one, but I really enjoyed it. I love that we had a debate back and forth, and that we were testing theories and just testing the logic of some of her stories, because again, that just don't make sense to me. All right, guys, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Love you all. Take care. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Bye.